have at the beginning of the season. And most notably, that includes quarterback Drake Contreras, who late in the spring or early in the summer, he broke his leg, which held him out of the first game of the season, which was against the Utah team. But then he came back against Ridgeview, which they won that
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Check, check.
When you are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you want something that is ready to eat now, always stop at the Stokes Market Deli in Preston. With cold and hot cases, you can always find food that is fresh, hot, or cold. Sandwiches, soup, salads, deviled eggs, donuts, wraps, cheese trays, desserts, and a hot and delicious buffet. A meal out doesn't have to be at a restaurant. Come and enjoy something for everyone at the Stokes Market Deli today. 217 South State Street in Preston.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low price.
This is your countdown for the Preston Indians pregame show. Pregame in 30 seconds from Mark. As we'll have a good game today, hopefully. And pregame show will start in 15 seconds from Mark. Pregame in 10 seconds from Mark. Have a good game. Pregame show in 5 seconds from Mark. This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. Tonight, the Preston Indians play host to the Pocatello Thunder. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Hubbard. Welcome into the pregame show as the Indians come home to play their final 2 games of the regular season. After a tough loss last week at Century, well, the Indians now sit at 1-6 overall on the year, but the good news is they still have a chance to qualify for postseason, but it starts with a victory here tonight against the Pocatello Thunder. At 1-6, the Indians really need a victory tonight. In fact, you could almost call tonight's game a must-win to potentially set up a 3-way tie for the top spot in the conference with a win tonight. And should Pocatello beat Century again next week, each team would finish the year at 1-1 overall. When we come back from this timeout, John Slaughter will join me. We'll continue on with the scene set brought to you by North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. Well, still to come, we'll also jump into the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Evergreen Financials. We'll find out what Craig Cunningham is thinking about tonight's game and about the possibility of the playoffs coming up in just a couple of weeks. Plus, we'll also learn more about tonight's opponent, the Pocatello Thunder, as we'll be joined once again by Greg Woods, a sports reporter from the Idaho State Journal. We'll talk to him coming up in just a little bit as well. But on the way next, as we said, John Slaughter will join us. It'll be time for the scene set as we continue to count down our way to the kickoff for tonight's game. The scene set, brought to you by North Star's Ultimate Outdoors, is on the way next, and it comes up right after this timeout.
When you are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you want something that is ready to eat now, always stop at the Stokes Market Deli in Preston. With cold and hot cases, you can always find food that is fresh, hot, or cold. Sandwiches, soup, salads, deviled eggs, donuts, wraps, cheese trays, desserts, and a hot and delicious buffet. A meal out doesn't have to be at a restaurant. Come and enjoy something for everyone at the Stokes Market Deli today. 217 South State Street in Preston.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Hi, my name is Penny Wright, born and raised in Preston. I am your local Medicare agent. I am here to give you the knowledge you need so you can make an informed and wise choice for your Medicare needs. Call me at 208-852-2367 if you're turning 65 or have any Medicare questions.
Since 2005, North Star's Ultimate Outdoors has been Cache Valley's source for fun and adventure. It's here you can find the biggest selection of snowmobiles, ATVs, utility vehicles, and handheld power equipment from the brand names you know, such as Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. The professionally trained staff at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors of Preston has what it takes to get you out on the nation's leading brands. The best deals in the best town. North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts. 777 North State Street, Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome back here to the pregame show for this evening's game as the Preston Indians get ready to take on the Pocatello Thunder here tonight. It is time for the scene set, and the scene set tonight is brought to you by North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. As John Slaughter joins me. And John, tough loss last week for the Indians at Century, a game they really could have won, but just couldn't get the ball in the end zone from inside the 5-yard line. They came up short 4 times.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to understand. And people ask me, how can you get up and be so excited about this game this week when we had such a rough time last week with Century, who on paper was supposed to be weaker than Pocatello. Well, Pocatello, has always been a rival of Preston, and we have them here in O.R. Cutler Field, one of the most beautiful football settings you can find in this little bowl. And I think these kids will be able to pick up where they and add the end zone to the game. Let me put it that way. We'll add the end zone to the game, and I think we'll do okay tonight.
One of the things that I found interesting about the Indians is they step up when they needed to. They had one of their best offensive games of the year last week.
Right.
With Carson Winder rushes for over 100 yards for the first time.
Cade Lords.
Cade Lords had 11 catches for his biggest night of the year. And the quarterback, Owen Judd, he threw for over 300 yards.
Yeah, and that's why I say this team has a lot of talent, and they have some depth also. That we haven't gelled together, and we haven't been able to capitalize on mistakes that when we've won the ball on a mistake, we haven't capitalized in the end zone when we're down in the red zone. So if we could just pick up on those 2 things tonight, we have a good shot with this game tonight.
As I mentioned during the open, this game really for playoff purposes really is a playoff game for the Indians because tonight is a must-win.
Yeah, if they win tonight, then Pocatello has to go beat Century, and that's who we would favor in that game if we happen to win. Of course, if we lose, basically our season is over.
Right.
But if we win tonight, we'll cheer Pocatello on to beat Century, and that'll put a 3-way tie. And then, as you mentioned, the rumor is it'd go into a Kansas City playoff for the 3 teams because they'd all be 1-1 against each other.
Now, Pocatello has never been an easy team for the Indians to beat going back over the last 19 years. Pocatello has beaten Preston 17 of the last 19 times.
Yeah, but and I can make excuses all night long, but you have to realize when we played Pocatello up to this point, it's always been in the Dome.
Mm-hmm.
Who plays in the Dome more than anybody? Pocatello. And so they've had an advantage when we played them in the Dome. We beat them 2 times here at Cutler Field,
right.
Back in 10, and I think the other one was in 18.
8, I think, yeah.
18. We beat them here, but we caught them by surprise. They were actually ranked higher than we were on both of those games. So I think the Indians know they can beat. They know they have the talent to win.
Pocatello comes in with a record of 4-2 on the year. This is actually their first conference game of the year. They've won back-to-back games earlier in the year over Ridgeview and Twin Falls, but they come in tonight on a 3-game losing streak, losing against 3 very tough teams, Highland, Hillcrest, and Shelley last week, but they are beatable.
Yes, they are beatable. And look at Preston. I mentioned this last week. Preston, we've played some tough teams this year. We have not been given a team with, by any chance, any measure of pushover. These kids, if they get their game set, we'll be okay.
So we'll take a time out. We'll come back. We'll have more on the pregame show. Lots still to come. Working our way down toward the opening kickoff of tonight's game. Coming up right after this.
With over 24 years of building multifamily and commercial projects across the Intermountain West, Procon stands apart as a leader in the custom framing industry, driven by the standard of delivering the highest level of customer service, high-quality work, and integrity. Procon is dedicated to building multifamily and commercial properties that exceed customer expectations. Visit online to see why Procon stands above the rest at buildprocon.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
It's the goal in everyone's life to reach financial independence and security. Evergreen Financial Partners in Preston can help with strategies to assist in those goals. They will design a plan to suit you, whether it be for your family, home, or current or future investments. Evergreen Financial Partners can help with life insurance, long-term life, 401ks, retirement plans, or mutual funds. Contact the experts at Evergreen Financial and let them put a plan together for you. Find them at 41 West 1st South in Preston, or go online to set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. Evergreen Financial Partners, your first step to financial security.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com.
And welcome back here to the pregame shows. It's time again to go into the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Evergreen Financials. We'll talk to Craig Cunningham. Kind of a frustrating night last Friday over in Century as he ended up losing to the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you lose to a conference opponent, that's frustrating. Anytime you feel like going into the game that you should have the upper hand and you don't perform at the level that you're expecting, it's definitely disappointing.
They didn't play like, and people I talked to said they hadn't played like a team that was yet to win on the year, and that's certainly what they showed.
Yeah, they played a good, clean game. They won the turnover battle. Some of the things we had seen on film that were costing them games, they did not make mistakes, and so they'd clean that up, and to their credit.
Frustrating part for us was really on offense. Once you got inside the 20-yard line, you had a hard time moving the ball and getting the ball in the end zone.
Yes, well, especially that turning point of the game, I guess, when looks like we're going to take a lead. Looks like we're maybe over the end zone. The referee told me he could see his body over the end zone, but he could not see the ball. And then all of a sudden he gets punched out. Whatever happened, I don't know exactly what happened. And they end up with the ball in their hands and no touchdowns called. And then a few plays later, Century capitalizes. That's a big swing.
Yeah, that was indeed a big 14-point swing, but we got the ball inside the 5-yard line 4 different times and came away with 0 points.
Yes. Yeah. And again, it is frustrating. We're all frustrated. We're moving the ball great. 400 and something yards of total offense that's a pretty good night of offense. All our goals that we had, other than win the turnover battle going into that game, we exceeded and yet we did not win the points on the scoreboard, which is all that matters.
Yeah. It looked to me from where I was up in the stands calling the game that there was more of a concentrated effort put on running the ball. Although still, you threw the ball quite a bit, but there was more concentrated effort on running the ball this week.
Yeah, we worked our inside running game a lot in practice. We thought we could have success, and it proved correct. And again, just so frustrating that we met all those goals, yet did not win the battle.
Well, still the feasibility stays there still for postseason play. It really comes down to a big performance against Pocatello coming up tonight. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll talk to Coach about the play taking on the Thunder. We'll do all that as we continue right after this timeout.
When you are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you want something that is ready to eat now, always stop at the Stokes Market Deli in Preston. With cold and hot cases, you can always find food that is fresh, hot, or cold. Sandwiches, soup, salads, deviled eggs, donuts, wraps, cheese trays, desserts, and a hot and delicious buffet. A meal out doesn't have to be at a restaurant. Come and enjoy something for everyone at the Stokes Market Deli today. 217 South State Street in Preston.
And welcome back again here to the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Evergreen Financial as we get ready to take on the Pocatello Thunder here in Preston this evening. Taking on the Thunder is a big assignment, but certainly it has to be, I don't know, maybe a little bit more of a feather in the cap. You actually get to play them at home.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, home games are important. When you go into a conference opponent and you can have a home field advantage, that is nice.
They do hold a big, sizable advantage over the last 20 meetings, but the two times you have beat them have both been here on this field.
Yes, and we're hoping for another win.
Very good. So let's talk about Pocatello. What do you foresee going into the game? Well, what do you expect out of them?
Well, they can move the ball. They're balanced. Obviously, have a great running back. And he's very fast, he's shifty, he's hard to bring down, it's hard to contain. So that's the tall order. We have to stop the run primarily to make them one-dimensional. And then they are quite capable. Even if you do take the run away, they can sling the ball down the field, and they have good athletes all over the field.
Because on paper, they're a lot like us. Even though they went to the state semifinal game a year ago, they graduated about 23 players, and they still have a pretty good nucleus coming back. But it makes for what should be a good game tonight against a very difficult team.
Yeah, I mean it's the tallest order we have faced, just because of our backs are completely against the wall. They're a good team. We have not played well defensively all year. We have to put a good game together defensively. Offensively, we've had our ups and downs. We still move the ball, so that's a little bit in our favor comparatively, but if you don't put points on the scoreboard, it won't matter.
I was going to say the season kind of comes down to 2 games, but really it comes down to 1, and that's the game against Pocatello.
Yeah, everything's on the line tonight, so we're just going to do everything in our power to end up victorious.
Right. That's all you can do is go out and lay it on the line and see what happens.
Yeah, I know our kids will leave it out on the field.
Yeah, they always do. That's certainly one thing you can expect, is they're going to give 100% effort every time they go out there.
They will. Good group of kids. Love those boys, so that's what I expect.
Best of luck. Hopefully we can come out of this with a victory and still leave ourselves in a position for postseason play. Go get those Thunder, or whatever you call them.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
It's Coach Craig Cunningham here with us on the pregame show. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have more right after this.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Franklin County Medical Center is proud to provide excellence in surgical and specialty healthcare right here in our community, making it extremely convenient to receive world-class care without even leaving the county. The best part is that we work closely with your primary care physicians to ensure a convenient and coordinated care experience. Our skilled surgeons are continually adding services to Franklin County, some you won't find anywhere in the greater Cache Valley area. Discover what is available right here at fcmc.org/specialty. You just might be surprised at what we have to offer.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. And, John, I got one question for you, kind of echoing what the coach said there. He said it's equally important, balance between offense and defense. To you, what's more important tonight? Because they played well defensively last week and offensively.
Well, I think the defense, because of Pocatello's offense, defense is going to have to step up. I think we're going to get our breaks offensively. I think we have the talent at quarterback, running backs, and receivers. But if our defense opens up holes for them, are not fighting in the trenches and stopping those runs up the middle, that could be a big problem. So I'm saying defense has to step up just a little bit more than their offense does.
We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll learn more about these Pocatello Thunder. We'll talk to Greg Woods from the Idaho Statesman coming up right after this.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs through Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
Franklin County Medical Center is proud to provide excellence in surgical and specialty healthcare right here in our community, making it extremely convenient to receive world-class care without even leaving the county. The best part is that we work closely with your primary care physicians to ensure a convenient and coordinated care experience. Our skilled surgeons are continually adding services to Franklin County, some you won't find anywhere in the greater Cache Valley area. Discover what is available right here at fcmc.org/specialty. You just might be surprised at what we have to offer.
And it's time to learn more about tonight's opponent, the Pocatello Thunder, as we get our first look at them this year, but someone who has seen them a lot more than we have. We once again call on Greg Woods, sports reporter from the Idaho State Journal, to step on here for a couple of minutes and talk a little bit about Pocatello football. Greg, once again, thanks for taking a few minutes to join us here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Dan.
Well, let's talk about this Pocatello team. They seem to be a pretty good team, although they come in having lost 3 games in a row.
For sure. It's just hard to gauge this team because for so much of the year they have not had the team that they thought they were going to have at the beginning of the season. And most notably that includes quarterback Drake Contreras, who late in the spring or early in the summer he broke his leg, which held him out of the first game of the season, which was against the Utah team. But then he came back against Ridgeview, which they won that game pretty handily, and then plays against Twin Falls the next week. And then somewhere, I'm not sure if it was in that game or somewhere like in a practice after that game, he suffers like some really strange injury, also in his leg, something to do with like some bone, like kind of, I don't know if it's broken, but just kind of acting in a way that is kind of like a mysterious almost deal. So ever since the Twin Falls game, he has been out, and so has one of their best receivers and DBs, Crew Hales, who in the Hillcrest game was accused. I mean, the refs saw him, or they saw him like kind of get tangled up with one of the Hillcrest guys, and they deemed that he had thrown a punch, and so he was ruled out for the rest of that game. And then they tried to get him back for the Shelley game, which was their last game 2 weeks ago. So they appealed that decision with the 6th district board or whatever, but they lost that appeal because the game was against Hillcrest, which is a District 6 team. So anyway, so they did not have Crew Hales for either of those games. Didn't have Drake Contreras for most of the season. So it's just been kind of a wacky year in a lot of ways for this Poke team.
Yeah, it seems strange when you start talking about injuries. There's also another player who a lot of folks around here in Preston have gotten used to see on the basketball court, and of course we're talking about Julian Bowie, who is such a great basketball player, but was a good wide receiver as well. And I understand he's not playing this year because of a back injury that he suffered.
Yeah, that, and I think also a little bit of just like he committed to Boise State for basketball.
Right.
So, and this is just pure speculation, but I have to imagine that part of him not playing this year is a little bit of injury concern, plus also, being on the hook for a basketball spot over in Boise in a couple of years. So, yeah, that's also been a big loss to them because, I mean, like you said, 6'3" receiver, not a lot of DBs can match that size, or his athleticism, obviously. So, yeah, that's been a big loss. On offense, they're down, 3 guys that they thought they would have, and yeah, it's not gone well for them on that front.
The one guy that they do have that people here in Preston are going to have to look out for coming up tonight is their great running back, Riken Echohawk, who's done so well.
Yeah, he's awesome. He has this awesome combination of, his coaches and teammates say that he's one of the strongest guys on the team, but also one of the fastest too. It's easy for guys that are really bulky to just kind of be a little slower and rely on being able to bowl some guys over. But Echohawk has this awesome combination of being strong, bulky, but also just really speedy too. I think against Silly or Hillcrest, he had this 98-yard touchdown run. So obviously he has this speed element to his game that makes a big difference. He also just picked up an offer from Idaho State the other day, which was a big deal for him. That was his first D1 offer, and I was a little surprised that was his first D1 offer. So I think he'll be seeing a few more of those come in, in the future coming up.
Okay. And of course, we're talking about a Pocatello team who last year lost in the state semifinals. But like every program, they graduate their fair share of players every year. Is it a bit of a surprise that maybe this team is not functioning quite as well, or is that still just all injury-based like we talked about a moment ago?
It's just hard to say because, like I said, it's just so hard to gauge this team because so many of the guys that they figure would help them out this time of year are just not available. Like any team, they're down a lot of guys because of graduation, but they also return plenty of guys that are more than capable of helping them get back to that place. So I think more than anything, it just comes back to injuries. Not having guys like Bowie. So it's just a totally different team in a lot of ways, which is nothing different, from a lot of teams that have some turnover. But guys that they thought would be there just are not. So yeah, in a lot of ways, it's not the team they thought they would have come in this year.
If anyone can overcome that barrier, it's got to be head coach Dave Smollett, who's done such a great job there over recent years.
Yeah, Dave is awesome. He gets a lot out of these guys. I'm not sure how long he's been there, but several years, and he just seems to make the most out of what he's got. And this year, it might be easy to look at the schedule and be like, oh man, what's going on? It's either I don't know. It's just I think they still have a few games to play. Who knows how the postseason will turn out? But I think in some ways he kind of just gets to you kind of get the pass for this year because between the injury bug, having Bowie and Crew Hales and just having to roll with guys at quarterback that they would rather have elsewhere on the field. I think if this year kind of finishes out kind of the bad way it's gone so far, I don't think it's unreasonable to kind of pass this off as kind of a one-off year for still in the Pokey Thunder.
So the Preston Indians look at this game as really as a must-win. This is their district title on the line here. They need to win tonight over Pocatello. I'm curious, how does Pocatello see this game? As a game that they have to have, or just as another game on the schedule and kicking off their conference schedule?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'm sure they would tell you that, it's just another game. I mean, every team loves to just say that they treat every game as just another game, but obviously they're not. I mean, they realize the stakes here. They realize that, for as, rotten the year as it has been with injuries and whatnot, they still have a chance, to get back to the postseason and make some noise. So I'm sure they're not overlooking Preston. Obviously, they've had a little bit of a tough year. But I think they're in a position where, because they've had so many injuries and guys out and whatnot, they're not in a position to be overlooking anybody. So I think they understand the stakes. And I think it's so important to them, to try and get back to where they were last year.
Well, we appreciate your insights about the Pocatello Thunder, Greg. And again, thanks for your time the last couple of weeks and talking about the other half of the district that we don't get to see too much on a regular basis, at least news-wise. And we really lean on you guys from the State Journal to keep us informed on what's happening over on that side of the district. Once again, we appreciate your time.
For sure. Thanks for having me, Dan. This has been awesome.
That's Greg Woods from the Idaho State Journal. We'll take a time out and be right back.
With over 24 years of building multifamily and commercial projects across the Intermountain West, Procon stands apart as a leader in the custom framing industry, driven by the standard of delivering the highest level of customer service, high-quality work, and integrity. Procon is dedicated to building multifamily and commercial properties that exceed customer expectations. Visit online to see why Procon stands above the rest at buildprocon.com.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for Preston Indian Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Stokes Market True Value with the freshest meat and produce in town. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll receive in all of the Cache Valley. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, with all the parts you need for your car to keep it running strong. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West. By Les Schwab Tires. Stop in and see the tire experts on Main Street in North Logan. North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors in Preston. Evergreen Financial. When planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial in Preston. Level 10 Life. Reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today. Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. And by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. This game is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School and Cook Brothers Broadcasting and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast of this game in whole or in part without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting is strictly prohibited. And a very pleasant good evening once again, everybody, from O.R. Cutler Field here at Preston High School, as it's time again for Preston High School football. Dan Hubbard along with John Slaughter. John Beverly back in the studio as our studio engineer, and we're glad to have you along with us here tonight as the Indians play host to the Pocatello Thunder. For the Indians, it's their second and final conference game this year. For Pocatello, tonight is their first conference game of the season. Pocatello has won the toss. They have opted to receive, so Preston will be kicking off coming up in just a moment. But that gives us a second here, John, that we can look at tonight's keys to the game as you see it tonight here against Pocatello.
Well, number one, we've got to leave it all on the field. These guys have to do their part to make the win. The second thing is it's a do or die. We got to put it in our hearts. Hey, we still got more season to go. If we want to play some more, it's either do or die. And then stay positive. You know, it's funny what a mental state can do for a player. You know, if they got the positive on their minds, they'll be successful.
So your keys to the game tonight brought to you by Naylor Insurance on State Street in Preston. Naylor Insurance, of course, where you can save through Mutual of Enumclaw, if it's home, health, life, or auto, whatever it might be. Stop in and see the folks at Naylor Insurance. Well, the Indians will kick off going from left to right for those listening on KACH, for those watching also here on My Local Radio. We welcome you here to tonight's game. As teams are ready to play. As kickoff is an onside kick, and it's going to be fielded by one of the up men, and he's going to get across the 40 up to about the 42-yard line. We'll apologize right now for not being able to identify Preston players. They're wearing their new third uniforms again tonight. Dark blue numbers on black jerseys just cannot be seen, but we will do our best.
Carson Bracken was the one able to make that tackle on so they'll have first and 10 at the 42.
So here comes Pocatello, first and 10, as they'll line up four wides, twins to each side. It'll be Dayton Rice, the senior, to line up at quarterback. As a single back with him as he lines up on his left shoulder, he'll give it to him. Straight ahead, breaks a tackle, makes a move, gets across midfield, still on his feet, across the 45 to the 40, still on his feet, down to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that was quite the run there. He broke 3 or 4 tackles on that run, just coming up the middle. We've got to do a better job at tackling right there. And
Devin Rodriguez, number 9, with the carry.
Yeah, great run.
Gain goes for 36 all the way into Preston territory. They'll give it to him again. Actually, this is Reichen Eckelhart this time, who might get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe give him one.
Is that 32? Is that who?
That was number 8, Reichen Eckelhart with the carry.
Tackle was made by I get the number here. Carson Winder. Had a conversation with a fan earlier today about Winder. I'll tell you about it a little bit later.
Second down and 9. Trips left this time for Pocatello. Single receiver right. They'll give it again. Nope, this time they'll keep it as the quarterback on a keeper spins out. The ball comes loose. Preston says they have it, and it looks like they do. So they'll force the turnover.
Yeah, that was a great tackle by Winder. As he come in, he popped the ball out and made him drop it on the ball. So what a great tackle by Winder, and then some help from the other Preston Indians.
So they'll turn it over as Preston forces the fumble. And they'll have the ball first and 10 on their own 27. So the Preston offense comes back out onto the field here for the first time tonight, as it's Judd, Winder, Lords, Inglet, Larson, and Knapp. There is one small change to that we'll tell you here as we go along. Right away.
Pocatello's rushing 4.
And penalty markers. It'll be a false start against the Indians and immediately push them back 5 yards. The change that we need to tell you about is after a successful golf season, which he finished 10th in the state, Owen Pearson is back on the team, and he is the starting H-back tonight, and likely we'll see a lot of time at linebacker tonight as well.
Well, that's an interesting call there.
So the 5-yard walk-off against the Indians, first down and 15. As they get across the 25, back up near the 26, back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of 5 here for Carson Winder. And bring up second down and 10 as they get back to where the drive originally started. They're going to line up 5 wides again as they put Winder in the slot left. Now he comes in motion back here to the near side. It's a little toss to Winder. He'll try to cut it back up, but the pursuit is there, and it's going to stack him up, and he's going to lose several yards.
He's going to lose about 4 yards, almost back to where the last snap was. So it'll be third down and 13 or 14. I'm sorry. I forgot I had double duty tonight.
John does a heck of a job, doesn't he?
I can screw anything up.
Trips left here for the Indians. Judd rolling left, throws underneath the coverage. It's complete. Short of the first down to Knapp, however, as they'll get about 11, but it's going to be still a couple of yards of the first down.
I can't help with numbers because I cannot see them in the viewfinder.
Don't feel bad. You can't see them on these jerseys either.
That's true. That's so true.
Fourth down and 2 in their own territory at their own 35. It almost looks like the Indians are going to try to go for it. They're going to really press the issue offensively tonight and really force things to happen as they're going to go for it in their own territory. High snap as Judd has it. Throws it underneath. It's almost picked off, but it's caught instead. And it's completed to Pearson, who's up across midfield, up to the 45, and finally driven out of bounds at the 44.
Wow, heck of a play. I didn't get to see it. I'm sitting there trying to move the camera. Nice job, Owen.
22-yard pass play and a great catch by Owen Pearson.
Okay, I might have to take this headset off. I can't handle the camera with both hands.
So first and 10 as they move into Pocatello territory. The first throw to Pearson pays off dividends. As Latham goes in motion, they give it to Latham. He's going to try to turn the corner, runs into the linebacker, and gets stacked up, and he's going to lose about a yard. You can loosen that knob right there. That should loosen up that collar. So they'll lose a yard. Second down and 11. Ball back to the Pocatello 45. As Pearson comes back over to this side, lines up in the slot right. As they go trips right, single receiver left. Carson in the back, Winder in the backfield. Judd wants to throw. Goes underneath. Oh, almost picked off. As the pass came in a little behind Latham and was almost picked off.
You'll notice that Pocatello was playing a 4-man rush on them because they're putting people in the backfield because they know that the Indians are going to pass. They know they want to stop them deep plays down the field.
They did have their best game of the year running the ball last week at Century. They ran for the first time, ran for over 100 yards in the game. Third and 11. Man in motion. They toss it to Winder. Winder puts his head down, gets back across the 45, leans forward to about the 43, but he's still going to be well short of the first down. If they went for it before on fourth down, now that they're in Pocatello territory, I'll guarantee you they're going to go for it again. 4th and 10 here now for Preston. Compiled 427 yards in total offense against Century. Judd's going to roll left, still looking. Now throws it deep. He's got a man out there, and it is caught.
Picked off.
No, it was intercepted. Yes, it was. I thought the Preston receiver had it as he got up slowly, but he didn't have the ball. That was Pearson out there. They were trying to get the ball to, but it was intercepted, and Preston turns the ball back over.
That was a 50-50 chance of catching the ball there, but that was as good as a punt on fourth down. So that took them back to the 10, 15-yard line. Took Pocatello to start out on the 15-yard line.
So 1st and 10, as Pocatello will again send 2 receivers left, single receiver right, lone man in the backfield, as the quarterback will keep it, as that is Rice, and Rice no gain.
Good defense by the Indians that time. Their line grabbed him and held him up in the backfield long enough to get a couple more Indians to help out, because he is a strong running back.
Actually, they'll call it a loss of a yard, so it's 2nd down and 11. For the Thunder, on a 3-game losing streak, been lost to some of the 3 of the best teams out here in the eastern part of Idaho in their last 3 weeks.
Widening out, we got 2 wideouts way to the side, so going up the middle.
Hand it to Echo Hawk, trying to get around the corner. Good speed, does get around the corner, trying to get down the sidelines, gets up to midfield, spins out of a tackle and brought down at the 48s.
Just to show his agility there, he actually broke tackles by jumping over the defender trying to tackle him, get him down, kept his balance and kept running. Great run. That's a hard one to defend.
That's their 2nd run of 30 yards or more already here this evening. 3:35 to play here in the first. We're scoreless as the pass is high and out of the reach of its intended receiver, Parker Smith. So the incomplete pass, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Those games that Pocatello lost recently to Highland, a 5A school, Hillcrest, and Shelley, as they'll throw again. This one's complete. As diving and getting close to the 1st down, the complete pass goes to Crew Hales.
Yeah, and it was a good play by him. He was tackled right at the end of the chains, but fell forward enough to get the 1st down.
So it's a gain of 10 on the complete pass to Hales. And it's another 1st down here for Pocatello. As they go back to the ground again. As this time it's Tyson Beckles to run the ball straight ahead. Beckles with good positive yards. Dives across the 30-yard line to the 29. Gain of 8. They'll give it to Beckles again. Beckles runs into a man. He'll get the 1st down yardage as he gets almost to the 25.
Their running game is doing superbly right now. They're getting good blocks by their offensive line. So Indians defense is having a struggle getting to the running back on their side of the ball.
1st down and 10 as they get the ball to Echo Hawk, and busting through the line is Owen Judd for the loss of yardage.
Yeah, Owen did a great job right there. He blitzed from the left side, came in untouched, was able to get the quarterback in just one big sweep.
4:04 to play here in the 1st quarter. We're scoreless on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. 3rd down and 15. They throw underneath. It's complete, as this time the ball's completed to Parker Smith. He's going to be about 5 yards short of the 1st down, so call it a gain of 10. So 3rd down coming up here for the Thunder. Rolling right, looking, throwing back across the middle. He's got a man wide open for the touchdown as the pass complete to Alex Wynn. Good for 25 and the touchdown.
Yeah, that play was set up perfectly by Pocatello. Run. Looked like a quarterback keep off to the right side. Has a man running deep down the center. Perfect toss, perfect score.
So Alex Wynn, the junior, who hauls in the touchdown score from 25 yards away. And now we'll come out. And let's see, it looks like he will also kick the extra point here as well. Oh, I take it back. This is Garrett Keller, the junior. The spot, the kick is up, and it is good. Well, with 3:20 left to play here in the first quarter, it is the Thunder who get on the scoreboard first. On the Les Schwab Logan North scoreboard, it is 7-0. Pocatello leading. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
7-0 as Pocatello breaks on top here tonight as they lead on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard, as we thank them for sponsoring our scoreboard bug again all year long.
Just a short note there, Dan. Each team had the ball twice in the first quarter. So they are running the clock pretty quick tonight.
So 7-0, Pocatello on top. And here's the kickoff back to the Indians, a line drive kick. This is going to come as they pick it up and run it back to about the 25. As again, these jerseys are impossible to see. Winder on the return gets it back up to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Indian offense back on the field here again. 3:13 to play here in the first, and Pocatello on top 7-0. Final game of the regular season next Friday night back here at O.R. Cutler Field. The Snake River Panthers will be here. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Boy, they crowd the left side of the line. They give it to Winder. He's going to go left and then gets overdriven by 3, 4, 5 different white jerseys.
Yeah, that was a tough one. They had student body right on that run back. There was no disguise whatsoever on that play. The Indians just unable to move the ball forward on them on the running game.
Winder gets a couple. 2nd down and 8. As they're going to go back to a 3-wide formation again, with 3 receivers tight on the right-hand side of the line. Cade Lord's the lone receiver left, as have to throw him underneath as it goes to Winder. He's going to dive and be just short of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of, call it 7, is about a half a yard short. So they threw it underneath the Winder when nobody was open. And it brings up 3rd down and 1.
They need to spread that defense out just a little bit, I think.
They're crowding everybody inside as they try to run, and they don't make it. What I don't understand is they crowd 3 receivers on the right side of the line real tight and then try to run up the middle. Again, you're talking about spreading out the defense. All that is bringing more people into the box.
That's right. That's right. In order to get running room and making correct blocks, you got to spread it out just a little bit, but you can't give them room to hit the gaps and blitz through it. They can see that blitzing isn't going to help them right now, as tight as we are on the line and on the sides. I think that's one thing their coaches are trying to prevent is the blitz.
Winder gained about a foot. It's 4th and a foot. As they go back to Winder again. He's got the 1st down as he's going to muscle his way forward as he'll end up out close to the 39.
That time they had a really good block. The right side of the Indians line was able to push out and give Winder that break on the inside to cut up the field.
Move the chains up to the 39-yard line. first down here for Preston. As this time they'll go to the other back. Not sure who that was. Have to see who gets off the bottom of the pile.
50. It wasn't 52, was it? No.
It's
54?
No, it's 24, Tyden Edwards. So Edwards gets a couple. Second down and 8. They'll give it back to Winder again. Tries to cut it back up the middle. He gets right up to the midfield stripe, and he's stacked up there. It'll be good for about 3 more. And it's going to bring up third down and manageable.
Getting him. Oh, I thought they were going to give him another half yard. I was going to say he's getting a good mark from the far linesman over there, head linesman.
So 3rd and 5 for the Indians, actually about 4.5, but it's not going to be an issue until we go to the second quarter. 1 quarter in the books. After 1, Pocatello on top by a score of 7-0. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back.
Just figure out what's blocking your success. The trained professionals at Level 10 Life offer life, health, and career coaching. These professional coaching sessions will help you put the next piece together in your puzzle. Don't wait. The coaches at Level 10 Life are here to help you reach your next milestone in life. Schedule a free consultation online at level10lifecoach.com.
There's no better family activity than a night out at the movies. Worm Creek Opera House Theater on State Street in Preston is your local home for first-run family movies. The historic theater offers top-flight comfort, the coolest refreshments, and quality entertainment, all at family prices. Stop by the Worm Creek Opera House at 70 South State Street in downtown Preston. For tickets, showtimes, and a list of upcoming attractions, go to wormcreek.org.
KACH.
3rd down and 5 for the Indians as Judd wants to roll. He gets up to the 50-yard line. It's going to depend on the mark.
And he's got the mark.
They give him across the 50 to the 49 to be good enough for the first down. So Judd runs for about 7 and gets the first down as they'll spot the ball at about the 48.
And again, they spread the defense out on that play. It gave them some running room.
Again, they're going to crowd everybody. Now coming off the field late is Mason Blad. So two running backs, tight end, a couple of men in the backfield. Oh, and they dropped the ball as they tried to hand it to Edwards, and he mishandled it and lost it. And Pokey says they have it, and they do indeed as they get up with it, as recovering the ball was Cash Stuckey.
Yeah, that was a hard turnover because we needed to be able to score before Pocatello does again. We cannot let them get down. Can't get down by 14 this early in the game.
So 1st and 10, Pokey in Preston, right at the 50-yard line. Took all at the 49 of Pocatello as they'll send 2 receivers right, 1 left, man in the slot left. Echo Hawk is the lone setback. They'll give it to Riker, who runs through a hole, gets across the 45, falls forward to the 44, good for about 7 yards.
And close to a first down, so it'll be like 2nd and 2 or 3.
So 7-yard gain for Riker Echo Hawk. He stays in the game. Same formation. They go back to Echo Hawk again. Same hole. Whoops, there's a face mask as the laundry comes in from everywhere. The linebacker on that side trying to reach in and grab Echo Hawk by the shoulder pad. Instead, got a handful of face mask.
Yeah, sometimes when they stretch that hand up and you're going for the shoulder pad, it reaches up and grabs that mask. If the head's down towards it, it's very easy to do.
So the run was good to the 35, and it's going to go 15 yards more after that. And it'll be 1st and 10 all the way down at the 20-yard line. So Echo Hawk gained 12 And then the 15-yard penalty on the play. 2 penalties against the Indians so far on the night for a total of 20 yards. 1st and 10. As again, they'll hand it off inside. Bouncing the ball outside. It's Echo Hawk. It's a run for the corner. Now a flag comes in. Echo Hawk scores, but what's the penalty? Cade Larson was there on the defense, and I'm not sure if it was a hold or not. And it looks like it's going to come back.
Yeah, it is coming back. They mentioned, I saw him point towards Pocatello, but it looks like, I don't know if it was a hold or I couldn't tell.
Number 11, Parker Applington, was there with the block on Cade Lords, and that's right where the flag went. So whatever the foul was, it must have been against Applington. It's going to bring the play back.
Could have been a block below the waist that far out downfield, so I couldn't see what it was. But
they're still talking about it down inside the 5-yard line. As they're going to spot the ball at the 10. It's a hold. It's a spot foul. So they're going to say the penalty was at the goal line. So it's 1st and 10. Pocatello, they end up gaining yards on the play. 1st and 10 from the 10. As they want to roll left. Cuts it back inside. Does Rice. Now Rice to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown.
Great running by both the back and the quarterback there. As they're looking, got their head looking downfield. They're juking and jiving the Indians' backfield.
Rice with a 10-yard touchdown run makes it 13-0 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. And again, Garrett Keller out to kick it. Alex Wynn is the holder. Spot, the kick is up, and it is
in the trees.
It is good. So it's 14-0, Pocatello leading on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. 10:15 left to go here in the second period. The second period brought to you by Level 10 Life. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Penny Wright, born and raised in Preston. I am your local Medicare agent. I am here to give you the knowledge you need so you can make an informed and wise choice for your Medicare needs. Call me at 208-852-2367 if you're turning 65 or have any Medicare questions.
North Star's Ultimate Outdoors is the best provider of power sport vehicles right here in downtown Preston. Vehicles and equipment from brand names that you know and trust, like Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. Stop in and let us get you ready for your next adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts, 777 North State Street, Preston.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, not the start the Preston Indians were looking for as they trail 14-0 here in their early second. John, what do they need to do here when they get the ball back?
Score.
That's what I like about you. Just no nonsense. Right to the point. They don't call him a man of few words for nothing.
I think they'll argue the point to have few words.
Keller to kick off as his kick is going to be hooked over toward the far sideline. He'll be picked up there to the 20. Trying to come back this way and get a block. Does get a block, but he's going to lose more yardage as Blad on the return. He's going to give him forward progress to about the 15-yard line.
He had a good block by Winder up there, but then he went back trying to get around the further end. He needs to cut behind that block and go straight upfield. He would have had more positive yardage.
So trailing 14-0, Preston will start deep in their own territory. As the offense comes back out, 14-0 Pocatello on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Dan Hubbard along with John Slaughter here with you tonight from Preston. Again, 2 running backs, 1 to each side. A little crossbuck action in there as they give it to the end to try to go around the right side. That was Winder, and Winder gets maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, it's really tough because they're trying to run it up the middle, and Pocatello is not giving them anything up the middle. And I think our offensive line is doing a pretty good job of standing them up, but they're not pushing them back. They're just standing them up.
We mentioned Winder had a big night last week. His first 100-yard game of the year. As Judd wants to runs right into the linebacker as Devin Rodriguez puts his head down and almost stopped him right in his tracks. Penalty flag on the play, right about where the contact was made.
Could have been a face mask.
Officials will get together and
hold where they're marking the flag.
That's right where the initial contact was made. It'll be
a face mask.
Face mask against the defense. That's the first penalty of the night against Pocatello, and it's 1 for 15 yards. That'll move the ball out for the first down and get it out to the 35-yard line. So get Preston at least out from underneath the shadow of their own goalpost here and give them room to operate. Clock runs with 9:05 remaining here in the first half. Twin receivers to each side. They go back to a single setback. That's Winder as he stands on Judd's left shoulder. Judd wants to look right, throw underneath. He's got a man wide open. Big yardage across the 40, down to the 30 as a big completion. And getting off the bottom, it's completed to Caden Larson.
Yeah, Cade was able to cut right in the middle, found the spot, and Judd hit him right on the numbers.
35-yard pass play, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. That's great. It was just a great catch and run by Cade Larson.
Man in motion is Pearson as they'll hand it off as it goes to Winder. Winder's stacked up by a host of white jerseys and pushed back, but he'll get a couple of yards on the play and bring up second down at about 8. We were talking about Winder having such a big week last week. He carried the ball 24 times last week for a total of 110 yards, a 4.5-yard average per carry. And as we mentioned a moment ago, it was the first time he'd gone over 100 yards in a game this year. Judd steps up. Now just flicks it out to Winder, and Winder gets up near the 15-yard line and good for another first down.
Yeah, that was a good play. I thought Judd was going to take it all the way to himself. He looked like he was going to run into the line. The defensive back come up towards him, and that left Winder wide open right there on the sideline.
15-yard reception and another first down for the Indians at the Pocatello 15. Preston taking their time, getting ready to go back to the single back formation here. And Judd under center. And flags at the snap. That's an offside penalty against the defense. Wow.
Yeah, they were going to blitz on that play. That left side linebacker came right through the line, but he's the one that jumped the gun.
They really tried to, like you said, really jump in there quick with Judd up under center. They really wanted to pressure him, trying to back out away from the center.
Right.
First down and 5. Preston trying to get on the board. They trail 14-0 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Trips right. Judd looking left. It's a fade to the corner. Penalty flag. Was it caught? No, but getting up and clapping his hands was Cade Lords, as he knows he was interfered with in the end zone.
Yeah, that's out of my viewpoint from up in the box here in the camera. I don't even think the camera got to that point.
So it'll be half the distance to the goal and another first down for the Indians. So they'll put the ball down at about the 4-yard line to be first and goal.
Preston will have it first and goal at the 4-yard line.
So the pass interference penalty. And here comes Preston back to work again. 2 setbacks. Edwards and Winder. They give it to Edwards, and he's going to lose yardage as he doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Bracken Ward, the ball carrier. Bill Reed on the stop.
Said Bracken Ward was the ball carrier.
The number's off a little bit.
Can I just say once again how much I hate these jerseys? They go back to a single back formation as Winder again.
Again, you can't read the numbers, but anyway.
And again, whistles at the snap.
False start.
Nope, timeout called by the Indians.
Oh.
So Preston takes a timeout with 6:22 remaining here in the quarter as they trail 14-0 on the West Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Timeout. We'll be right back.
Sometimes in life, the next level seems to be just out of your reach. You know you could reach your goal if you could just figure out what's blocking your success. The trained professionals at Level 10 Life offer life, health, and career coaching. These professional coaching sessions will help you put the next piece together in your puzzle. Don't wait. The coaches at Level 10 Life are here to help you reach your next milestone in life. Schedule a free consultation online at level10lifecoach.com.
Welcome back. Preston knocking on the door. They have second down and goal from the 5. As they will come back out. 2 tight ends, single receiver to each side, and Carson Winder in the backfield. Waiting now. The official says we're ready to play. And back up under center again is Judd. So again, the little fade to the corner, and again it is knocked away. Pass again intended for Cade Lords on that little fade pattern. And it's third down. Again, 3rd and goal now for Preston. Now what do you do?
What I would do? I would play option pass, run.
He's going to spin out. Judd rolling to the corner, and he's not going to get there. He was knocked out just short of the first down and is going to bring up 4th and goal from about the 1. So Judd gets 4, and 4th and goal from the 1. Remember last week, of the 427 yards in total offense they had 135 yards on the ground. As this time they run straight ahead and they get in.
Yeah, they signaled the touchdown. I can't get to the viewfinder, so I can't see where we're at.
Carson Winder goes 1 yard straight ahead for the touchdown.
That's going to help the Indians. If we can convert here, I think Cromwell's going to do the kicking here for a field goal or extra point.
So they'll line up as Parker Cromwell. The spot, the kick is up, and it is
good.
6:04 remaining to play here in the second quarter. Preston gets on the board. On the Les Schwab Logan North Tire scoreboard, it is now Pocatello 14, Preston 7. Kickoff coming up right after we come back.
With over 24 years of building multifamily and commercial projects across the Intermountain West, Procon stands apart as a leader in the custom framing industry, driven by the standard of delivering the highest level of customer service, high-quality work, and integrity. Procon is dedicated to building multifamily and commercial properties that exceed customer expectations. Visit online to see why Procon stands above the rest at buildprocon.com.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Tonight's game brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for new and used cars in Preston and in Logan, and by Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce in Preston and in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market on State Street in downtown Preston.
Yeah, the Indians may want to try to keep this ball out of Echohart's hands because he's an excellent runner.
Echohart and Beckles back deep. As they will try to keep it out of his hands. In fact, it's an onside kick that they kick right out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
They'll take it at the 35.
So 1st and 10. Again, as the Pocatello offense comes back out on the field. Plenty of time to operate with 6:04 remaining here in the first half. Second quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Level 10 Life. They also bring you the halftime report coming up in just a little bit as we'll go through the scoring in the game. Take a look at the stats as well. Go ahead.
This will be a perfect spot, that could be a game changer right now. If we can get them, get the ball and not let them score on this possession, we might have time to go down and tie the game up.
So Dayton Rice will work out of the shotgun. Looks like Rodriguez in the backfield with him. They hand it to him as they try to strip it away from him. But he gets up to about the 37-yard line. It's actually Echohawk on the carry. He gets a couple. Second down and call it 7, so 3 yards on the carry for Riker Echohawk.
That was really pretty good defense because Echohawk had a Echohawk.
Bird.
The bird had an opening right there that he could have flew through.
Very nice. I see what you did there. Second down and 8. Out of the shotgun, they're going to throw underneath. It's complete as the pass is complete to Hales. Hales tried to scamper up the sideline, still on his feet, as Larson had him by the shirt tail. He wasn't going to let him get away. And then coming over to knock him out of bounds was Freeman Sturgis.
He did an acrobatic thing there. He had one foot actually out of bounds, but it didn't touch. But he did a little crow hop there. And
pass is good for 16. They go back to Echohawk again, bounces it outside around the left side, makes one move around one man, and gets up to about the 33 before he's run out of bounds there. That's a 16-yard run again for Echohawk. And another first down.
What's he got, about 64 yards right now? Close.
Echohawk, I got him with 73.
I missed one.
1st and 10, back into Preston territory. Pocatello on top, 14-7. Ball at the 35, we give it back to Echohawk again. Again running free and slips and goes down on his way down. Finally coming over to make the tackle was Winder.
Winder did a good job because he got him in a position where he couldn't switch his feet and pivot, but put the pressure on the outside foot to cut inside and slipped.
Gets another 8 yards on the play as Rice goes over to the sidelines to get the play from the coaching staff and now carries it back in. Ball on the Preston 27-yard line. Trips left, single receiver right, Echohawk the lone setback. They'll throw back here underneath as it comes back again as it comes to Hales. Hales kind of shimmies forward along the ground a little bit and gets up near the 20, which should be enough for a first down, and it will be. They're going to call him down at the 22, but it's still good enough for a first down.
Yeah. We just didn't quite catch up to the catch. The pass was right on the money. So
it'll be a 4-yard gain, good for the first down. Again, they'll fake it to Echohawk, and now it's running loose. Here is the quarterback, Rice. Breaks one tackle. Gets across the 20-yard line down to about the 17. It'll be a gain of 4 on the play. As now Pocatello wants to go quick. Trips left. High snap. Draw play to Echohawk, and they sniff that out. It'll be a loss of yardage as it's Owen Judd coming in to make the stop. Big loss. Brings up about 3rd and call it 13, so it's about a 6-yard loss on the play. So 3rd and long, big stop coming up here for the Indians. See if they can force a field goal here or possibly force them into a 4th down try. Again, 3 receivers left. Fake it to Echo Hawk, looking down the middle. He goes down the middle. He's got a man there, and it's in for the touchdown.
Yeah, another good throw by the quarterback.
27-yard touchdown pass from Rice to Hales.
Rice was right on the money. I thought the receiver was well defended.
Perfectly thrown ball. It's 20-7. Again, here's Garrett Keller out to try the extra point. Snap, spot, and the kick is up, and it is good. 2:28 to play here in the first half. Preston trails by 14 again. On the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard, it's Pocatello 21, Preston 7. We'll take a timeout, and once again, we'll be right back.
Franklin County Medical Center is proud to provide excellence in surgical and specialty healthcare right here in our community, making it extremely convenient to receive world-class care without even leaving the county. The best part is that we work closely with your primary care physicians to ensure a convenient and coordinated care experience. Our skilled surgeons are continually adding services to Franklin County. Some you won't find anywhere in the greater Cache Valley area. Discover what is available right here at fcmc.org/specialty. You just might be surprised at what we have to offer.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Now Preston finds themselves trailing by 14 again as it's 21-7 Pocatello on top. Across the valley over at Westside, it's the Westside Pirates leading Aberdeen tonight by a score of 15-0, correct? Yep. The man with all the scores, James Carter, with us up here in the booth.
He's a good man to have on our side.
A good man no matter what.
Yeah.
As the kick right down the middle, comes to Bland at about the 5. Wants to cut it outside, trying to get around the corner. Pulls up short as he got around the corner and got an eye full of Carson Christensen waiting for him there on the sideline, as they'll mark the ball down at about the 17-yard line. So he ran a long way. He ran all the way across the field instead of going north and south.
Right. That's happened 2 or 3 times tonight already. We're not able to cut it upfield like we want to.
So 1st and 10 for the Indians. 2:18 to play here in the first half, as they'll go 2 wides to each side. Single setback is Winder. Judd out of the shotgun, gets the snap, looks left. Now has to pull it down and throw it, and threw it about 4 rows deep into the stands.
Yeah, I'm close enough. Could we have caught that? No, I don't think so.
I think it was James Carter, I think, was the intended receiver on the play.
He's up here with his Preston hat and his blue coat on. Yeah, it could have been a player. We'll give him the credit for that.
He's everywhere, man. He's in more games than I'm at.
I know it. Guy's a true Indian heart. Well, he cheers Westside on too, but he's a true fan.
Judd throws too high for anybody, as I think also the receiver broke across the middle, and Judd was expecting him to break outside.
Yeah, I think that was, is it Owen Pearson that was out there?
Might be Pearson. He's kind of in the slot, or Larson, I think, it's number 12, not 2.
Yeah, might have been Larson. I just saw Pearson running back into the huddle.
3rd and 10, clock stops with 2:05 left here in the first half. Throwing underneath, a little tall, but Winder able to go up and get it. Good stiff arm, and then he picks up the first down as he gets the ball out to the 30-yard line.
Well, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take some strong arms and legs to get through with Pocatello tonight.
Gain of 13 on the play. getting the sneezes here. Here comes Judd rolling left and skips his way out of a tackle as chasing him down was Maddox Moore, forced him out of bounds. He has stopped the clock. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain. And the clock stops with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Pocatello up 21-7.
Their defensive backs are quick, but I think if Cade Larson or Cade Lords was either one of them could streak down the field, I think we could have a chance if Judd has enough time to pass.
Twins to each side. Larson and Pearson out here to the left, the near side of the formation. Pearson wants to throw a little middle screen. Good formation as they get it to Winder. As Winder run out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and he'll have another first right at the first down, maybe just a little short.
Yeah, he's just a little short, about a yard short.
So gain of 9 on the middle screen, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 1. It's the first time Preston really has shown that all year.
Yeah. That little toss over the middle.
Yep, that little middle screen. They go back to the 2 running backs here. Twins left, single receiver right. They give it back to Winder. Now he gets across the 40. He has the first down as he stood up. As it was
enough for the first down.
Cash Stuckey grabbed him along the waist, and then Maddox Moore came in to finish him off and stand him up. But it was a good run across the 40 up to the 43. Preston takes a timeout with 1:25 to play here in the quarter. And it'll be 1st and 10 at their own 43 when we come back right after this. If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
First and 10 Indians with 1:25 to play in the first half. Judd again pulls the ball down. Now wants to throw from in a crowd, and they came around and got his arm just as he was letting the ball go, and he gets up slowly. Yeah. And hopefully that shoulder is okay, because that has shoulder separation written all over it.
Yeah, that he was hammered from both sides right there by Pocatello. He stepped up in the pocket, and they collapsed that pocket just real quick, and both of them hammered him.
2nd down and 10. Clock stops with 1:18 to play as Judd goes back under center. Rolling left as he's grabbed by the shirt, and now we have a penalty marker comes in late as it was Stuckey on the blitz who came in and got him. I'm not sure if they're going to call a face mask here on Stuckey. Is it maybe he got more than shirt when first time he reached in to grab or not? Maybe. Personal foul, face mask.
Yeah.
Stuckey doesn't like it. He yells back at the official. 2nd face mask penalty of the night against Pocatello. And it'll give Preston another first down over the midfield stripe now. And they're going to walk the ball all the way down to the 42. So a big penalty.
And a big break for the Indians.
1st and 10 Preston. Now back into Pocatello territory again. 1:12 to go in the quarter, in the half. As Pearson goes in motion, they'll toss it to Winder. Winder wants to cut it back up, falls forward to the 40. It'll be a gain of 2, but they need to hurry up because the clock is running, and now they're going to take a timeout. So Preston takes the timeout with 1:02 to play.
I was going to mention while we got this timeout, Dan, unless you're going to a
No,
commercial. Go ahead. With Owen Pearson in here, I'm really surprised to see him playing this hard this much in one of the last games of the season where he's a basketball player. And why chance, I don't want to jinx anybody, but, I don't know that I'd risk that if I was Owen.
Well, he just finished up what was a good golf season for him, maybe slightly below where he finished last year as he finished the state tournament 10th overall in the state.
Mm-hmm.
Still a good showing. Helped the Preston golf team to a district championship, and they did well at the state tournament also.
They took fourth.
Right.
Took fourth in state, and they had a playoff for fourth and fifth, or fourth and third and fourth, and they took the top 3 teams on to another playoff. But that sent them home just a little bit early.
Pearson in motion to the right, toss right, goes to Winder. He wants to throw. Now he pulls it back down, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe forced out of bounds where he might get about a yard. But more importantly, he gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 53 seconds left.
Yeah, they pushed him all the way into Pocatello's bench. Maybe they wanted to put a white shirt on him. I don't know.
So Winder gets one more.
I think he really was attempted to throw that if there'd have been a man open, but he did a tuck and run.
Tough running first half for Winder, only 17 yards on 8 carries. Judd wants to throw. Look out as the blitz comes, and they have him back in the backfield.
Yeah, they called the blitz at the right time. Pocatello did that to go against the Indians.
So it's a loss back to the 45. It'll be 4th down and about 13. Clock runs now with 26 seconds to play. They'll take their time. And
Pocatello's got everybody in the end zone waiting for the pass.
As Judd wants to roll left, still rolling left, will throw, and it's picked off. As it's intercepted back at the 24-yard line. As making the interception was Andrew Millward, and that's the 3rd turnover of the half against the Indians. Good tackle by Larson, who as soon as he caught the ball, he had him by the ankles and wasn't going to let him get away.
Right. Well, that ball was intended for Larson, so he was close by, but yeah, that's unfortunate that we have a turnover that late.
11 seconds left in the half.
Instead of punting the ball tonight, they're throwing the ball downfield and letting them intercept it.
Preston will get the ball to start the second half. Well, hold on, we got whistles before we can do anything. And Pocatello wants to take another timeout here. So we'll keep it here again with only 11 seconds left to go here in the half. As next week, John, we're right back here again at Preston High School with Snake River coming to town.
Yeah, I don't know much about Snake River. Maybe you put something in the program tonight, but about Snake River. But
unfortunately, I didn't.
Well, we don't look. We can't afford to look past anyone this year. We're just a little bit short on some of the things we need to do and correct. But
yeah, the second half tonight is going to be very important for the Indians because they need to figure out this Pocatello defense and come up and pick up a victory tonight. Because without the victory, they'll go to 0-2 in conference play for the year, and that would eliminate them from any postseason opportunity, as both the other 2 teams in the division would both have at least one win.
Yep, they'll have to fight it out to see which one, the winner of that game, if that's what happens, will be the one that goes to state.
So they just send everybody long. Rolling out is Rice, looking, and he'll just throw it underneath. In fact, he threw it into the bench because nobody was open with 2.5 seconds left here in the first half.
That's good defense by the Indians, not letting anything happen the rest of this quarter.
2nd down and 10. Century with the night off tonight, as they'll await Pocatello next week. That game, by the way, is at Pocatello.
Do they have their own field now? They do, don't they?
They do.
Yep.
Inside handoff, Echohart bounces it outside. Gets around the corner, still on his feet to midfield, to the 40. Slide runs out of bounds, and that's the way the first half will end. 27-yard run for Echo Hark as the first half comes to an end. On the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard, after the first 2 quarters of play, it's Pocatello 21, Preston 7. The halftime show comes up. Halftime is sponsored by our friends at Level 10 Life. We'll take a timeout, back with the halftime festivities right after this.
Level 10 Life provides skilled one-on-one life coaching sessions to help you unlock your next level in life. Our trained professionals specialize in health, life, and career coaching. Book a free consultation today at level10lifecoach.com.
Whether it's your vehicle, home, business, or even life, protecting the things that matter most shouldn't be left to chance. At Farm Bureau, the Smith Agency, everything that is important to you is important to us. That's why our office and agents are united to protect your future and give you peace of mind today. I'm Brittany Smith. As your local Farm Bureau agents, my husband Braden and I would love to customize and simplify plans that are unique to you and what you care about. Stop in today and see how Farm Bureau can make insurance simple for you.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com. Papa J's world headquarters in Clifton, Idaho, started on the dream of a man who wanted to give back to his small-town farming community. 20 years later, it's a place renowned for its gourmet beef jerky, deli, and uniquely friendly customer experience. The friendly staff at Papa J's invites you to come in or find them online at papajs.com, where you can have the unique taste of Papa J's beef jerky shipped to you all with a click of a button. Papa J's, world-class jerky in small-town USA. papajs.com.
Whether you're in need of timber frame buildings, estate entrances, trusses, pergolas, pavilions, or gazebos, the craftsmanship at Milestone Timberworks reflects our passion and commitment of building for the future. At the beginning and end of the day, it's about achieving the built environment where the truly great moments in life are experienced. We look forward to working with you. Visit milestonetimberworks.com today.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
KACH.
Welcome back. We're at halftime, brought to you by Level 10 Life, as you get a look at the Fidels performing here at halftime here this evening. And after the first half of play, it's Pocatello 21, Preston 7 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard, John. And again, the Preston offense just has a hard time getting anything started.
Yeah, we're not running the ball well at all, and our passing, they haven't shown a lot of blitz, but their front line is doing a great job, and I'm keying on everything that the 3 players that Preston usually uses is Winder. They're keying on Winder, they're keying on Lords, and they're keying on Larson. And, of course, Judd as a quarterback, they're not letting him run much either.
Yeah, and for Pocatello, Riker Echohawk Boy, we knew he was tough coming in, and he certainly has shown it so far in the first half.
Absolutely. He's a strong runner, built well, makes a great back, for Pocatello. And if you don't have someone that can stop him, he's going to run on you all night long.
The first halftime brought to you by Level 10 Life. Remember, you can reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. Find out more at level10lifecoach.com. We'll come back, look at the first half stats coming up right after this.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
The Preston Lady Indian volleyball team are headed for the district tournament next week with some very big matches in their future. The tournament gets started on Tuesday with other matches to be played also on Thursday and Saturday. Keep listening to KACH or watch our Facebook page for exact schedules and opponents. Preston volleyball in the district tournament right here on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com. It's the goal in everyone's life to reach financial independence and security. Evergreen Financial Partners in Preston can help with strategies to assist in those goals. They will design a plan to suit you, whether it be for your family, home, or current or future investments. Evergreen Financial Partners can help with life insurance, long-term life, 401ks, retirement plans, or mutual funds. Contact the experts at Evergreen Financial and let them put a plan together for you. Find them at 41 West 1st South in Preston or go online to set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. Evergreen Financial Partners, your first step to financial security.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, we'll continue on here at halftime as we'll look at some of the halftime stats here. As the stats brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. As you can give them a call or stop by and see them at 33 South 1st East in Preston, or call them at 208-852-2364. For the Pocatello Thunder in the first half, the quarterback Rice didn't throw the ball much, but he was 6 of 8 for 92 yards. Rodriguez ran the ball one time for 36. Echo Hawk 8 carries for a total of 116. Rice carried the ball 3 times for 14 yards, and Beckles carried it twice during the first quarter for a total of 11 yards. And Pocatello had 3 penalty flags against them for a total of 15 yards in the first half. For the Indians, Owen Judd completed 5, so he was 7 of 12 in the first half for a total of 112 yards. He ran the ball twice for 11. Carson Winder, 8 carries for a total of 17 yards. Tough running in the first half for him. And Edwards ran it once for just 2 yards. Cade Lords caught 4 balls in the first half for a total of 13 yards. And, of course, it was Carson Winder who had Cade Larson, rather, I should say, with the 1 catch for 35 yards in the first half. And the only touchdown in the first half for the Indians was scored by Carson Winder on a 1-yard run. We'll take a timeout. Second half coming up right after this.
Sometimes in life, the next level seems to be just out of your reach. You know you could reach your goal if you could just figure out what's blocking your success. The trained professionals at Level 10 Life offer life, health, and career coaching. These professional coaching sessions will help you put the next piece together in your puzzle. Don't wait. The coaches at Level 10 Life are here to help you reach your next milestone in life. Schedule a free consultation online at level10lifecoach.com.
When you are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you want something that is ready to eat now, always stop at the Stokes Market Deli in Preston. With cold and hot cases, you can always find food that is fresh, hot, or cold. Sandwiches, soup, salads, deviled eggs, donuts, wraps, cheese trays, desserts, and a hot and delicious buffet. A meal out doesn't have to be at a restaurant. Come and enjoy something for everyone at the Stokes Market Deli today. 217 South State Street in Preston.
Franklin County Medical Center is proud to provide excellence in surgical and specialty healthcare right here in our community, making it extremely convenient to receive world-class care without even leaving the county. The best part is that we work closely with your primary care physicians to ensure a convenient and coordinated care experience. Our skilled surgeons are continually adding services to Franklin County, some you won't find anywhere in the greater Cache Valley area. Discover what is available right here at fcmc.org/specialty. You just might be surprised at what we have to offer.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
All right, we start the second half. Preston trailing in the game by a score of 21-7. And we talked about volleyball playoffs. Well, actually, they get started tomorrow. Westside, their playoff run starts tomorrow afternoon at 4, a match you can hear on KACH and here on mylocalradio.com. The Preston Lady Indians will start on Tuesday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon as they'll take on Pocatello at 5. If they win, they would play at 7 right after against the Century Diamondbacks. If they lose, they play on Thursday at 5. Yeah. So volleyball playoff action coming up starting tomorrow right here on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. So Pocatello will kick off to the Indians to start the second half. 21-7, Pokey leading on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. We got one receiver back deep for the Indians, although Winder's back there waving his arms like crazy, saying, hey, somebody else is supposed to be back here.
It looks like Larson's
Cade
Lords
looks like we're going to run back there. So Lords is going to go stand back there with Winder back at their own 5-yard line. And Keller will put the ball back into play to start the second half. Third quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Good kick. It's going to come down to Winder at about the 2. Straight ahead comes Cade. Runs into man. Whoa, look out. As coming in and grabbing him up high around the shoulder pads was Tyson Beckles and makes the stop as he gets just short of the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Preston offense.
Well, this is where we have to make it count, getting the ball the first on the kickoff of the second half. If we could have just stopped them, Pocatello in that second quarter, that last touchdown of theirs, that would have been that was a big series right there for them to.
We need to be able to move the ball. You know, I heard a stat today, and it kind of reminds me of what Preston did in the second quarter. The BYU Cougars, John, have a total of 12 yards rushing for the year in the second quarter of all their games combined.
My goodness.
First play, throw it outside to Lords. It goes through his hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, that's you can say it's one quarter or this quarter or that quarter, but yeah, the Indians have struggled in second quarter all year long.
Yep, they sure have. As they'll go single running back, got a man in the slot, 2 receivers left, and now Pearson is going to go out running left. They give it to Winder coming back this direction. Ball's loose as he gets to the ground, but he should be down, I do believe, as the official has his hand up indicating a dead ball. You would think that, but you know, we talk about strange numbers and BYU having a hard time rushing the ball. in the third quarter of all the games combined for Preston, and tonight is the 7th game of the year, they have 15 points in the third quarter. Winder loses a yard, 3rd down and 11.
Even that game against Burley, we were that short?
Yep. As they throw outside, as the ball's complete, knocked out of bounds. It'd be good for a gain of about 8 yards on the play, bring up 3rd down as the pass complete to Owen Pearson.
And he got hit hard, knocked out of bounds.
Welcome back to football there, golf boy.
That wasn't a golf club that hit him, let me tell you.
But you know what? He popped right up.
Yeah, he did. He's a strong kid. He is a good kid.
4th and 3 for the Indians, deep in their own territory. It's kind of we got to have it right here. They haven't punted yet all night either. And flags, whistles, and false start against the Indians.
Yeah, anytime the ball comes out and nobody's doing anything, false start on the center. On the center.
So it's going to push the ball back 5 and bring up 4th down and long. Called 4th and 7. As they'll move the ball back to about, trying to see the yard markers on the other side, about the 27-yard line.
Well, they're moving it up.
Nope. Now they're gonna go back and move it the other way and call it an offside penalty.
Wow, that helps the Indians out.
That gives them a first down.
Yeah, that was 4th down and 4 or 3, and with the that 5-yard penalty.
So I'm not sure
what
the change.
They said it was motion, so I don't understand why they.
Whatever they did, they decided to change their mind and give the Indians a first down. So 1st and 10, looking. Judd over the middle. He finds Lords. Good for another first down as he gets up to the 45-yard line. Gain of 13.
That's his second catch right there over the middle like that. He's finding that open spot, and Judd's finding him. He finds that open spot right there in the middle, about 10 yards down, and great teamwork right there. Those two are on the same page on that pass.
We talked about Lords having such a big receiving night last week. 11 catches for 162 yards, a season high last week against Century. Going to throw underneath as it comes to Pearson. Dropped it, and he falls on it, but it's a forward pass. It was an incomplete pass anyway. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it was kind of a rough throw for Judd, too. He threw it down low and behind Pearson. So in Pearson's behalf, that would have been a tough catch anyway.
The thing that makes Owen so valuable now to have back on the football team is he's put on about 5 inches in height and probably about 25 or 30 pounds since the last time he played football.
Well, even in basketball last year.
2nd down and 10. Going to throw for Lords, who had it, took a pop and knocked it loose. As the ball was high, and then Carson Christensen came over and laid a pretty good lick on him and knocked it loose.
Yeah, that was a tough catch. It was just above his, and Lords can leap. No, it's not a Christmas song.
Lords. Leaping Lords almost had that one.
Yeah, just kind of went through the fingertips.
3rd down and 10. Rolling left is Judd, looking underneath. There's Lords. He's got it this time. He's got first down distance as he's up to the 47-yard line.
The one thing that's been impressive about Pocatello, you notice on every tackle, whether it's a pass, run, there's 5 guys around the
absolutely.
Around the ball every time. That's been impressive.
Another first down for the Indians as they find Lords for 13. 1st and 10 up to the 43-yard line. Tonight's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center with the finest care that you'll receive in all of the Cache Valley. High snap, give it to Winder. Winder again, and just like you're talking about, John, there's 4, 5, 6 white jerseys around Winder to throw him back.
Yeah, they're watching that very close, between, like I said, the 3 players. There's Winder, Judd, and Pearson actually tonight, but Lords isn't getting as many throws as he's had a couple of good passes and catches.
Caden Leatham, who got kind of caught up in that, trying to block there, and got overrun by all those white shirts. A little slow getting up. Loss of a couple on the play. 2nd down and 12 coming up for Preston.
Titan Knapp comes in on the play. He'll be playing the slot position.
Tonight's game also brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. 2 receivers left. Man in the slot right and split out right. They'll give it to Winder again. Wants to cut it back left. Has a little bit of a hole. Runs over Christensen and gets up to the 30-yard line. Another first down for the Indians.
Yep, that should be a first down. Not by much, but we'll take it.
Good cutback run for Winder. Good for 14. So Preston continues to move the ball in their first possession here in the second half. Down to 8 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. Still 21-7. Pocatello with the lead on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Again, give it to Winder. Wants to cut it back up the middle again. And once again, there's 3 or 4 white jerseys. It's almost like all the linebackers are all just playing spies. And wherever Winder goes, they're there. As soon as he tries to cut it up, they collapse.
They collapse on him real quick. How many carries is that for Winder? Can you
They give him 2 on the play, so Winder would now have a total of 19 yards on 9 carries. Judd rolling out left, throws underneath. He's got a man as they're up to the 15-yard line and good to for another first down as pass complete to Winder, good for another 12 yards. Winder now with 4 catches tonight for 49 yards. So he's getting his yards through the air tonight. Judd wants to throw. Again, it's Winder out in the flat on the left, fighting his way along the sideline up to close to the 10-yard line. Mark him about the 11, good for another gain of about 4 yards. You know, one name we haven't called tonight, John, is Devin Inglett.
Right. Is he even out there tonight?
That's a good question.
Unless he's got a new number on these uniforms.
Nope, should still be number 3. Haven't seen or called his name. That's an offside. As coming up a little bit too rambunctious and jumping offside was Andrew Millward. So offside penalty against Pokey. Moves the ball 5 yards closer.
I wonder if that's why Pearson's gotten a lot of time tonight,
you know,
because of
very well could be why he's thrown into the H spot. The Devin is not available tonight. First and goal from the 5. Again, they throw it outside. It's to Winder. He's got the corner. Touchdown.
Yeah, that was a good play. He had Winder out there all by himself. He went in motion, came across, hit him right on the sideline, and in for the touchdown for about a 5-step run.
Okay, Preston gets back to within 8 again. Extra point pending here. Fireworks a little bit late. We apologize. As the extra point, the spot, the kick is up, and it is good. So Preston cuts the lead in half again as they get back to within 7 points once again. 5:45 remaining here in the third. 21-14. Pocatello on top on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. The third quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Tonight's game brought to you by Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West, and by Naylor Insurance. For home, health, life, and auto for Mutual of Enumclaw, stop by and find out how much you can save at Naylor Insurance, 223 North State Street, here in Preston. 21-14, Preston back to within a score, I should say.
No, that'll be good. They'll have to score twice.
Just one receiver back deep here. It's Beckles. Nope, I take it back. That's Echo Hawk. And again, it's a little onside squib kick taken there and run out of bounds near the 39-yard line as the ball was picked up by Maddox Moore. Well, obviously there's something that the Indian coaching staff saw that they don't want to kick the ball deep, and I'm guessing that the guy that they saw is Echo Hawk standing back there deep.
Yeah, because when he gets a full steam ahead, going full steam ahead, he's a great runner and he can really move, and it's hard to tackle him. He's not an easy tackle.
Good drive for the Indians, burned up a lot of clock coming down the field and stuck it in the end zone. So Pocatello gets the ball for the second time here in the second half with 5:42 to play as they start from the Indians' 45 as they'll give it to Echo Hawk. Big hole right up the middle, gets across midfield and up to the 43-yard line. Good for a first down and another gain of about 13.
The aforementioned of Echo Hawk, that's the reason. Look at that. What, 12? Is it 12 yards on that one?
I counted it as 13.
13, 12.
Gives him 129 on the ground, and they go right back to him again, dragging Indians along with him as he goes, as he gets across the 45 up to the 44. Good for 5 more. You can see just a steady diet of Echo Hawk coming here now just to keep the clock moving. Oops, he dropped it, and he's able to get it back on the bounce, but he's going to lose a few yards as he's able to pick it up, and then right there to make sure he was down, was coming over to put a pretty good lick on him as well, was Zubin Mendoza.
Yeah, Zabian,
sorry.
Zabian did a great job on that one, but that handoff was put up high on his chest, so it bounced off his pads and came out.
Big play for the Indian defense. 3rd down, 8. Clock runs 4.5 to play here in the third. 21-14, Pocatello on top. Trips left, single receiver right for Pocatello. Looking right, now looks back across the middle, he throws and it's caught as the pass is brought in there by Parker Smith for the first down, all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of the rare passes that been thrown tonight by Pocatello, by the Thunder.
Gain of 17 on the play. Good play by Smith to haul that one in. Good for the first down on what was a very important 3rd down play for Pocatello. That'll move the chains as the clock continues to run. We go under 4 minutes here in the third. 3:50 to play. Man in the slot right. 2 receivers left, 1, 2 also to the right.
Shuffle
pass underneath.
It's incomplete.
That's an incomplete pass as they tried to get it inside to Beckles on the little shuffle pass, but it was behind him and he couldn't bring it in.
Interesting play, and normally that play works. I saw Tom Brady do that just this last weekend, that little shuffle play going into the side as Beckles came from the right side, just almost in the tight end position, come in, went right through the middle. There was a big hole, but couldn't hang on to the little shuffle pass.
2nd down and 10. Phone wasn't charging for some reason. Anyway, more important things. Single receiver to each side, I formation in the backfield. They'll give it to Echo Hawk, the deep man in the eye, as they got him by the ankle, not letting him go away. As it was Jackson Merrow, had him by the leg and like a wild animal, wasn't going to let go.
I think he put his fingernails into his thigh because he was not letting him go.
Looks like my cat George on a Friday night. He ain't letting go of nothing.
Great play by Jackson. That was fun to watch.
3rd down again here for Pocatello. 3rd and 9. 3:05 to play in the quarter.
And we've seen Echo Hawk break that kind of tackle already tonight 2 or 3 times. So great job by Jackson.
Pocatello is going to send trips left, single receiver right, Echo Hawk the lone setback. Out of the shotgun. Looking right, throwing up the sidelines, and it's going to be out of bounds, but pass interference coming up here against the Indians as defensively, I think was that Lords, who was on the defense, reached out and grabbed the receiver Hales by the back of the shirt. Even though the ball wasn't going to be caught, it was going to be out of bounds, but there's no such thing as an uncatchable ball in high school football.
That's true. Yeah, I got the wall right here. Our camera's a little too close to the wall that way, so I can't get that very corner. But
Preston coaching staff is asking that very question. That ball's uncatchable. Was it going to land out of bounds? But it doesn't matter.
Yep.
So
was that a PI against Lords?
It should be. Yes, it is. Now they're marking it off. So they're walking off the penalty, 15 yards against the Indians. The pass interference call. 6th flag against Preston for a total of 45 yards tonight. Another first down right on the 20-yard line. Nose of the football just over the 20. 1st and 10, Thunder. They go back to the I formation, single receiver to each side. Beckles the up man, but they go to Echo Hawk, who bounces it outside, and he's got all day to run. To the corner, he is in, touchdown.
Yeah, you're not going to get him. He's fast. He turns that corner. He was wide open. There wasn't even a black shirt near him.
They all collapsed inside on the fake handoff, and Echo Hawk runs it for 19 yards and another score, and it's back out 27-14 again, point after pending.
And we need to be a little more stingy on defense. You know, we're giving them that extra touchdown every time when we think things are starting to build up again.
So on to kick again. Here is Keller. Win the hold. Snap is pretty good. The kick is up.
No good.
And it is good.
Good.
It's I'm not sure if it was tipped or it was just the ugliest kick I've ever seen, but it somehow got through. And it's 28-14, back to a 14-point advantage again here for the Pocatello Thunder on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. 2:07 to play in the quarter. We'll be right back. If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
(28-14) here at Preston, and here's the Thunder add a touchdown here in quarter number 3. Cross town over in West Side, the Indians leading 22-0, or the Pirates. Thank you. Leading 22-0 as they start the fourth quarter over there. The kick is going to bounce past the receiver back there for the Indians, Blad, as that will be a touchback, and Preston will have the ball come back out to the 20-yard line.
Struggling here.
So Preston gets the ball back after another impressive drive put on by the Thunder, on the strength and power of the legs of Riker Echo Hawk.
You know, usually we've had some kicks into the end zone to stop them, get them started on the 20, but we're giving them the 35-yard line by trying to keep it away from Echo Hawk.
So 1st and 10, they go back to that center screen. Oh, it was tipped and almost picked off, as slamming his fist into the ground a couple of times was Dawson Welsh, the junior lineman, who had that ball right in his hands and saw visions of end zones dancing in his head.
Yeah. Exactly.
Second down and 10.
We're sick. Of course, I want to put my Christmas tree up tomorrow.
Throw underneath. Lord's just a little bit behind him as Cade couldn't come up with it. So it'll be third down and 10.
But my mom says I can't put my Christmas tree up until I wash all the windows. So I'm not going to put the Christmas tree up.
My wife informed me the other day that our grandkids are coming, our granddaughters are coming for Christmas, and we can't put the Christmas tree up until they're here.
Oh, no.
So that won't be till like the 22nd or 23rd of December.
Really?
As Judd rolling, now wants to run, pulls it down, ooh, and gets absolutely hammered, but then he runs over the linebacker. He came over, lowered his shoulder. That's Dawson Millward again, as Millward definitely took the worst of that blow.
You know, that's one of the things in football, you know. It's a matter of who makes the contact, you know.
So 5-yard run for Judd, 4th down and 5.
Going for 4th down and this deep in the territory?
Well, they've gone deeper. Twins to each side. Winder the lone setback. Changing the play from the line of scrimmage. Because now they want to move people around. They get Pearson to take a step up onto the line. Wards takes back a step. Or Lords, rather. They're going to try to throw underneath. Nope, they come on the blitz, and they've got him again.
Yeah, that's a dangerous play that deep, 4th down. Go
ahead.
Oh, we knew they were going to blitz. Pocatello brought everybody that time almost.
Berto Ward and Dawson Welsh combined for the sack. And Preston turns the ball over on downs. First time tonight, but it's costly. As Pocatello just finished a long drive down the field. Now they have it on a very short field. 1st and 10 at the Preston's 18-yard line to start this drive.
Echo Hawk, do you think will be the ball carrier?
Echo Hawk, the lone setback. 3 receivers here. They line Parker Smith up in the slot right. High snap. As keeping it is Rice looking toward the end zone. It's caught. And nope. Through the hands, I should say.
It went through the hands, and Pearson had a beat on it, but just couldn't quite bend down far enough to get it.
Tried to get it to Parker Ablington, and it went right through his hands. 2nd and 10.
Pearson almost had a chance for an interception there.
Clock stops with 1:01 to play on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard in this third quarter. Third quarter tonight brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. And tonight's broadcast is brought to you by North Stars Ultimate Outdoors. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors on State Street at the north end of the city of Preston. I could never work there. I'd jump in one of those things and just take off, and they'd have
probably
take the repair cost out of my check. Inside handoff as it goes to Beckles. Beckles right straight ahead. Touchdown.
Yeah,
17 yards untouched.
You cannot tackle him or Echo Hawk with fingertips. You've got to hit and wrap. You've got to be able to get a good position on him or grab the ankle like Merrill did. Jackson Merrill.
So it's 34-14. They can make it a 21-point lead here now, with Garrett Keller back on to try the extra point with 53 seconds left here in quarter number 3. Snap, pretty good. Spot kick is up. It's better this time, and it's once again no good. Wow.
It was wide left.
That looked better than the last one was. Either way, it missed, and it's 35. They put the extra point on the scoreboard. They have to take that off. It's 34-14 as Preston trails by 20 with 53 seconds left here in quarter number 3. We'll keep it here with the break coming up in just a minute or two. We'll remind you that coming up tomorrow, of course, it is district volleyball playoff action gets started. West Side plays tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock over in Malad. I forget who they play. It's either Soda Springs or Bear Lake. And I think it's the winner of the match previous to them in the day. But they'll play at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'll have coverage for you here on mylocalradio.com and on KACH. Cody Olson with the call. And then Preston plays their first match coming up on Tuesday at Century High School at 5 p.m. as they will take on the Pocatello Thunder volleyball team. And again, we'll have coverage for you on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. So here's Garrett Keller. He'll kick it back off again. He has shown a strong leg tonight as he has gotten his kickoffs back inside the 5-yard line just about every time. This is a line drive kick. This is going to take a big bounce and picked up there by Blad. Blad has it, puts his head down, gets across the 30 to the 35, still on his feet, and up to about the 37. Good return this time by Mason Blad.
Yeah, he was able to catch that off the bounce and run it straight up the sideline. Had a couple of good blocks right there, but they had a hold of him, and he just kept his feet moving and was able to go further down the field.
42 seconds left in the quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Evergreen Financial. When planning your financial for your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial. Set your appointment by logging on to their website, evergreenfinancialpartners.com.
There's no hurry to get a playoff or anything because we can keep the ball going into the fourth quarter.
42 seconds. First and 10 Indians as they go from right to left. Judd rolling left, looking, throws underneath. He's got Winder. Winder on his feet, gets across midfield up to the 45. 20-yard gain, first down.
That'll add to his numbers. Good catch and run.
Clock stops.
Winder.
Clock stops to move the chains. So 22 seconds now as they get the clock started again, as they get the chains set. Inside handoff, give it back to Winder. Look out, as reaching up and grabbing Winder and spinning him around was the linebacker Julian Caldwell. And Cade gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be the last play of quarter number 3. We'll go to the fourth. Preston trails by 20. It's 34-14 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Fourth quarter coming up right after this timeout.
Whether you're in need of timber frame buildings, estate entrances, trusses, pergolas, pavilions, or gazebos, the craftsmanship at Milestone Timberworks reflects our passion and commitment of building for the future. At the beginning and end of the day, it's about achieving the built environment where the truly great moments in life are experienced. We look forward to working with you. Visit milestonetimberworks.com today.
Hi, my name is Penny Wright, born and raised in Preston. I am your local Medicare agent. I am here to give you the knowledge you need so you can make an informed and wise choice for your Medicare needs. Call me at 208-852-2367 if you're turning 65 or have any Medicare questions.
KACH.
Second down and 10 for the Indians as we start the fourth quarter. Straight ahead, as running straight ahead for the Indians is Tayden Edwards with positive yardage, and it'll be third down and about 3 coming up. So give Edwards 7 yards on the carry.
With Linhart and Zabian Mendoza on that side over there, they did a great job of getting off the ball and making some blocks downfield.
They go back to him again. He's right close to the first down. Let's see if they're going to give it to him or not.
He's just short, according to the far side official.
They're saying Bracken Ward is the ball carrier, not Edwards. Either way, he needed 3, got 2. Fourth down and 1. And timeout before we can go anything, as Preston wants the timeout.
Yeah, this is a must possession for Preston to score. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Papa J's Deli and Jerky, located in Clifton, as Preston trails 34-14. We'll be right back.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa Jay's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa Jay's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa Jay's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa Jay's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
They came back and start the play quickly as Preston runs the ball straight ahead for about 3 yards and gets the first down.
Yeah, Judd ran that. It was a quarterback keep. He got that. He needed a half a yard and got 3 on the play.
First 10, ball right on the 35 of Pocatello. Spin, Winder. Again, straight ahead, and again, 4 or 5 white jerseys right on him again. But Carson able to still bust out about 4 yards on the play and bring up second down and 6.
Yeah, I think their line coach and linebacker coach, the coach is saying, hey, look, every ball carrier, I want to see 4 or 5 jerseys. If I see you standing around, you're going to get in trouble. That's a heck of a work ethic by that team right there by Pocatello. Fumbled.
As the ball's loose, is it?
Yeah.
As they massive players move forward to about the 30.
Judd picked it back up real quick. It was fumbled, but Judd picked it up and kept moving forward a little bit, so gain of about 3.
Then they're getting a couple of yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 5. So 3rd and 5 here for the Indians. This is a very big possession for them. It seems like they all are these right now. Trips right. Judd looking right. Throws underneath. It's complete as he gets the ball down low to, I believe that's Owen Pearson, and it is.
And it's a first down.
And it'll be good for a first down. So the throw to Pearson, good for 7, moves the chains. Pearson 3 catches tonight for 36 yards in his return to football. Man in motion coming back this way as they throw underneath. Now it's a throwback pass as Larson trying to throw it back to Judd, and he threw it about 5 yards short.
Yeah, it was a good play, but he saw the defense coming at him, and I think he panicked just a little bit and underthrew the ball.
Tried to throw it on the line across the field. That takes the arm of a good quarterback.
Right. That's a tough throw because you're coming across the body and you're looking downfield almost.
2nd down 10. Fake the handoff. Judd rolling left. He's got a man wide open in the end zone, but he overthrows Lords.
Yeah, that would have been a beautiful play if Judd could have just hit Lords, because Lords was wide open. Closest man to him was 6 yards back. 5 yards back.
Judd 14 of 22 for 189 yards tonight. Coming off last week, his largest performance of the year, where he threw for 292 yards. Trips left. Twin receivers right. They're going to empty the backfield and put 5 into the pattern, which they do. Looking. Now he's going to run. They try to grab him by the jersey and can't. He hops over one man, but he's going to be short of the first down and bring up 4th down and about a yard, maybe 2. See where they mark him out of bounds. Clock will run with 8:38 to play. Then they're going to give it to him. 1st and 10. I thought he was short.
And we can get another first down. So we got it's on the 14-yard line, it looks like. 15, right on the 15. Just inside.
So they're going to go 3 receivers right this time. They want to look over the middle. There's a man right there. It's caught as Winder spun down inside the 5. It's another first down, good for 11.
And again, Winder had to come all the way, turn around, and caught it actually behind him, and was still able to hang on and go just before the end zone there. So about 4 yards to go, 3 yards.
Winder now 8 catches tonight for 90 yards. First and goal from the 5. Don't have time to waste as we go under 8 minutes to play. Preston down 20. Winder the lone setback. Couple of guys in the slot. Single receivers to each side as well. Judd rolling left, wants to throw left, and reaching out and tackling the man. Pass interference as laundry flies all over the place.
Yeah, there's probably 4 flags over there. The only one that didn't throw it was the official clear on this side.
Carson Christensen on the defense tackled, I think it was Cade Lords who they're trying to get the ball to, just reached him out and tackled him at the goal line.
And that'll be an automatic first.
That'll be an automatic first, half the distance to the goal. So put the ball up at the 2. That's one of those, I'm beat, I don't care if they catch me. Handoff inside. They get to the goal line, but they're stopped.
Stopped down at the 1, looks like.
As Bracken Ward, the ball carrier. Second down and goal from just about the same spot, right about the 2. As this time it is Judd going straight ahead. They collapse on him, and does he get in?
He's going to look.
As they have to unpile all the bodies and the humanity. Judd on the keeper, no signal yet. And again, short.
Yeah, his knee probably came down first.
3rd and goal.
Let me see if I can.
Well, they've tried a running back inside. They tried the keeper this time, and the clock continues to run as it's down to 6:35 to play in the quarter. Crowd starting to get a little antsy. Want Preston to do something. Judd going to roll left, puts his head down, and
a flag.
Hold on, we got penalty flags, false start against the Indians. And once again,
bang, bang, shoot your foot.
Once again, for the Indians, it's the same old story. We have met the enemy, and they are us.
Yep.
So they move the ball back 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 6.
Westside won 22-8.
Final score from Westside, the Pirates pick up a win, 22-8.
I wasn't going to say anything.
So they beat Aberdeen tonight. Again, Judd's going to roll left, wants to throw underneath into the end zone.
Touchdown.
It's caught, touchdown. As the pass complete, as trying to see who the pass was thrown to.
Looks like Pearson, I believe.
No, it looks like thrown to Winder. Yes, it is. It's 16. So the 11-yard or 7-yard touchdown pass to Winder.
Okay.
That puts Judd over 200 yards and officially on our score sheet here tonight. Spot, extra point is up, and it is good. 6:02 to play. It's 34-21. Preston still trails by 13, but still got some time to work with. It's 34-21 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Back with a kickoff right after this.
Whether it's your vehicle, home, business, or even life, protecting the things that matter most shouldn't be left to chance. At Farm Bureau, the Smith Agency, everything that is important to you is important to us. That's why our office and agents are united to protect your future and give you peace of mind today. I'm Brittany Smith. As your local Farm Bureau agents, my husband Braden and I would love to customize and simplify plans that are unique to you and what you care about. Stop in today and see how Farm Bureau can make insurance simple for you.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Fourth quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Your lunchtime stop for mouth-watering meat sandwiches and the world-famous jerky, smoked gourmet beef. Order yours online today at papajays.com.
Owen Pearson's going to kick the ball off on this one. So I thought those kicks, or maybe this is an onside kick.
Well, they're just going to have him try because the other ones have been kicked right out of bounds.
Yeah. Or it might be a pooch kick here off to one side or the other.
6:02 to play, 34-21. Pocatello leads on the Les Schwab Tire scoreboard. So here's Pearson, as it'll be just kind of a line drive right straight out of bounds.
Exact same type of kick as what Cromwell did.
He just tried, just kick it, just smoke one right at somebody, but he missed everybody.
Right.
It's one of those dodgeball kind of kicks.
Yeah.
First, Pocatello takes over at the 35. And once again, Preston needs to go 3 and out and get the ball back. They've cut the lead back down to under 2 touchdowns again. It's 13 points. But something they have not done, especially here in the second half, is turn the ball over and get off the field. So Pocatello getting together for some reason with the official. And I think they want to change balls here as they throw one ball out over to the other side. Oh, I see. It's a Preston ball. Ew, we can't have that. It's a Preston ball.
That's the one they used last time when they fumbled, wasn't it? I don't know.
I certainly could hope so.
We tried to sneak it in.
So 1st and 10, here we go. Big full house backfield. Give it to Echo Hawk coming left. Good move, but a better play defensively by the Indians at reaching out to make the tackle. It was Jackson Merrill who grabbed him by the belt buckle and dragged him down. No gain.
I've got 40. Yeah, it was Jackson Merrill. I misread that. There's 2 45s, Austin Begley and Jackson Merrill.
So the first time they keep Echo Hawk to no gain tonight. 2nd down and 10. Echo Hawk and Beckles now in the backfield. Smith in the slot right, single receivers to each side. Letting the clock run down to 5:10 before they snap it. They give it to Echo Hawk, who's going to bounce it outside. He's got 1st down and more as he gets across the 50-yard line up to about the 47 before he's chased out of bounds.
Yeah, you get him in the open field. If you haven't got tackles or hands on him, it's going to be tough to get him. And Mason Blatt had a almost grabbed him, but then had to take an angle because he's Echo Hawk is so quick.
Mm-hmm.
He just turned the corner on him, so he had to take another angle at him.
Gain of 17. That's 13 carries for Echo Hawk for 171. And we have unofficially upstairs as they go back to two men in the backfield again. Echo Hawk in motion as they give it straight ahead to Beckles. And there goes Beckles right down the middle of the field. And he is gone all the way to the touchdown. 47 yards.
Interesting play. They put Echo Hawk in motion, thinking the pass, that is going to go to him, and left Beckles right there all alone. Went right up the middle, almost untouched.
That play is from good scouting, watching the tape, and I'll go back and tell you why here coming up in just a second as they line up for the extra point. Whenever they put a man in motion, they look back to the Burley game. The linebackers go with him, and it just leaves a big gap right in the middle of the field. And that's where Beckles went, right over the A gap, all the way 47 yards for the touchdown. 40-21. Snap, spot. The kick is up again here from Keller, and it is good. That makes it
41-21.
41-21. Back to a 20-point lead as Preston again allows 40 points tonight, which is right on their average on what they allow per game on the year. So another timeout coming as Preston will receive the kickoff 4:23 left to go in the game. Take a timeout, back with a kick right after this.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
(41-21), Preston down 20 on the Logan North Les Schwab Tires scoreboard. Pardon me, that was the spicy chicken sandwich. No, it was actually the train.
The train.
Here's the kickoff. It's going to come down at the 7. As again, it's Blad coming here to the near side, makes a move, pretty good move. Gets across the 25 up to the 27. It's about a 20-yard return now at that time by Mason Blad. And Preston gets the ball back again, but now again, unable to stop Pocatello offensively. They find themselves down 20 once again.
And they've got to be looking at the clock. They got their backs to the clock, but the clock's going to run. So,
speaking of that, Owen Judd turns around and looks at the clock, and it's running, and it shouldn't be. And they want 4:03 put on the clock.
$42 minutes.
42. That'll give us a chance to come back.
Maybe we can wear them down enough.
Now they have 4:20 on the clock, and referee says, "Okay, that's good. We'll go with that." So 1st and 10 Indians at their own 27 as Judd tries to pull the ball down and coming around the backside and able to drag him down for the behind. It was Cash Stuckey again.
Yep, had a chance to get up that middle. There was a hole there, but he started it too late. And the defender was able to catch up to him.
So Twins to each side again. Winder the lone setback. Out of the shotgun. Looking, wants to roll right. Rolling to the opposite side he can throw. And he throws the ball out of bounds. And that should be...
No, he's out of the pocket. So.
And they're going to say the ball was deflected too. So it would be 2nd down and 12. Trace Stone back into the game, number 7 for the Indians. He's going to run over and line up in the slot left.
They need some speed down the field.
Third down and 12. Judd faking. There's that long throw. He's got a man open. It's caught. It's Larson all the way down to the 20.
That was the key. Get the speed net going down the field and hit him hard.
55-yard gain. All the way down to the 20. So Larson with a big catch, his 2nd of the night. 2 catches for Larson for 90 yards on the night. And hold on, we need to get the chain set. As now ready to go is 1st and 10 Indians from the 20. 2 catches for Larson tonight for 90 yards. Give it off as it's Winder. He drives forward to about the 17. He'll pick up about 3 on the play. Call it 2. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Again, Preston will go trips left. Single receiver right is Larson. Judd wants to roll left. Gets a pretty good block. Now waving somebody deeper. and throws underneath, but it's incomplete.
Those receivers need to keep running. You know, they're stopping and waiting for the ball.
Yeah.
They got to keep running and let Judd try to catch him on a breakaway.
That's Trace Stone, who they tried to wave deep, and the ball was underthrown. Stops the clock with 3:01 to play. 3rd down and 8. They go twins to each side this time. Lords again, the lone setback. Looking left. He's hit as he throws, as he'll go down. As coming over to make the hit was Tommy Smith for Pocatello, and the pass falls incomplete. 4th down.
Yeah, Judd didn't have much chance on that one. He was waiting for Winder to break out to the end zone there, and it didn't quite have enough time.
Yeah, in this situation, you have to assume that Inglet is not dressed and not playing tonight.
Right.
Injured, because he would have to be on the field and be a main target right now with his speed.
Right.
4th down and 8. Wants to roll right, pulls it down, now wants to throw underneath. And once again, they have Lords by the jersey and no flag.
Well, Lords had the ball in his hands, but he juggled it and couldn't quite catch up to it after it come off his hands.
Yeah, he came out of his break. Someone yanked him on the back of the shirt before the ball got there.
Yeah, that's true.
And they called that very same penalty on the touchdown play to the Lords down here in the corner.
Right.
So the Preston Indians will turn the ball over on downs for the 2nd time tonight with 2:49 to play, trailing by 20. And the ball comes back over to Pocatello.
3 straight runs by either Besley or Hawk.
Echo Hawk.
Echo Hawk, that's Echo.
1st and 10. Ball on the 18. With 2:49 to play, they just need a couple of first downs. And
yeah, one will probably get it.
Just about wrap this one up. Win wide left, 2 receivers wide right. As little shuffle pass inside as the pass goes to Parker Smith. And Smith able to get up to the 25-yard lines. That'll be a gain of about 7, and timeout taken by the Indians.
See, when they put Smith, when he was in the slot over here and he broke to the center, that moved the linebacker going with him, and that hole opened up perfectly for him.
2nd down and 5 coming up. Remind you that next week, Preston's at home, final game of the regular season, as the Snake River Panthers will be here. Always a good, tough matchup for the Indians. 6:30 pregame next Friday night, kickoff at 7. And certainly hope you can join us if you can't be here in person.
It's a beautiful night for football tonight, though.
Oh, it's been a very pleasant night. I can remember last year, next to the last game of the year, we were playing in a monsoon.
Yeah.
Snap. Give it to Echo Hawk this time around the right side. Again, he's going to outrace everybody for the corner. Still on his feet. And gets up near the 45 and good for another 1st down. As he runs for 20 more.
Took 14 seconds off the clock.
Gets up closer to 200 yards on the ground. I have him unofficially with 191 tonight. As we get whistles, and Preston again will take a timeout with 2:24 to play. Take a timeout. We'll be right back.
Whether it's your vehicle, home, business, or even life, protecting the things that matter most shouldn't be left to chance. At Farm Bureau, the Smith Agency, everything that is important to you is important to us. That's why our office and agents are united to protect your future and give you peace of mind today. I'm Brittany Smith. As your local Farm Bureau agents, my husband Braden and I would love to customize and simplify plans that are unique to you and what you care about. Stop in today and see how Farm Bureau can make insurance simple for you.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Of course, forgot to mention that next week against Snake River is also senior night. As Beckles straight ahead. He's run 2 balls right down the middle of the field for touchdowns tonight and runs that ball straight ahead for 9. And Preston once again will take a timeout as we're down to 2:14 to play.
You mentioned, we mentioned the field, how nice it is in this beautiful backdrop, but I just noticed, I've noticed them all night, but the autumn leaves across the thing in those 2 trees just makes a beautiful setting over there.
Talking to people who live in the neighborhood, and just a week ago, those trees were nice and still green. And they're a beautiful yellow as they've started to change.
Yeah, got yellow and green in there, and the pine trees around here, beautiful.
Tonight's game brought to you by our friends at Level 10 Life. Reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. Find out more at level10lifecoach.com, and by Preston Auto Parts. They have all the parts that you need to keep your car or truck running strong. Stop in at 17 South State Street in Preston and go stop where you'll be treated like a friend at Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. Echo Hawk straight ahead. Is that
Beckles?
Is that Beckles instead?
Beckles and Beckles.
7 instead of 8?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It was Beckles straight ahead. Good for another first down. So they'll move the chains again. Clock runs. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Pocatello on top by 20, 41-21 on the Logan North Les Schwab Tire scoreboard.
2 new numbers in the backfield for Pocatello now.
So they're taking everybody out and just going to let the clock run out as the direct snap comes to Trevin Williams. Williams tries to come around the right side. He's chased down by Winder. Ball goes down out of bounds. That'll let the clock continue to run with 1:30 to play. So Williams headed back to the bench. Now they tell him, nope, go back in, son.
No, he's the quarterback. He's playing quarterback right now, I think.
Yeah, he ran over to get the play, I guess. And he comes back. 2nd down and 6. Williams at quarterback. Brody Van Orden, the sophomore, lines up at the tailback spot. They give it to Van Orden, and he able to break a tackle, gets up near the first down, and he'll have it. And that will just about end it, as it'll be 1st and 10 here for Pocatello with only 59 seconds to play in the game.
Yeah, I think they're just going to kneel on this one. More than enough time to just let the clock run.
So the clock running now after they set the chains down to 45 seconds, not in a hurry to snap it. As Pokey comes back to the line of scrimmage, they'll line up in the victory formation here. Clock down to 30. Just need to snap it one time, which they do. And that should just about end the game, and it will, as the Thunder go running off the field. Well, Pocatello came to town looking for a win in their first conference game of the year, and they pick up one as they beat the Indians. Preston's now lost 4 in a row for the first time this season, as Pocatello snaps their losing streak as the final score on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. It's Pocatello 41, Preston 21. Stay tuned. The Ralph's Construction postgame show is coming up next. Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Stokes Market True Value with the freshest meat and produce in town. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll receive in all of the Cache Valley. Preston Auto Parts Car Quest, with all the parts you need for your car to keep it running strong. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West. By Les Schwab Tires. Stop in and see the tire experts on Main Street in North Logan. North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors in Preston. Evergreen Financial. When planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial in Preston.
Level 10 Life. Reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today. Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. And by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Now stay tuned for the Ralph's Construction Postgame Show, coming up next. If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
When you are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you want something that is ready to eat now, always stop at the Stokes Market Deli in Preston. With cold and hot cases, you can always find food that is fresh, hot, or cold. Sandwiches, soup, salads, deviled eggs, donuts, wraps, cheese trays, desserts, and a hot and delicious buffet. A meal out doesn't have to be at a restaurant. Come and enjoy something for everyone at the Stokes Market Deli today. 217 South State Street in Preston.
Hi, my name is Penny Wright, born and raised in Preston. I am your local Medicare agent. I am here to give you the knowledge you need so you can make an informed and wise choice for your Medicare needs. Call me at 208-852-2367 if you're turning 65 or have any Medicare questions.
North Star's Ultimate Outdoors is the best provider of power sport vehicles right here in downtown Preston. Vehicles and equipment from brand names that you know and trust, like Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. Stop in and let us get you ready for your next adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts, 777 North State Street, Preston.
A proud member of the Co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Well, welcome in here to the postgame show here tonight. The postgame brought to you by Ralph's Construction. For Ralph's Construction, of course, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area here in Preston. If you'd like more information about a home they can possibly build for you, give them a call at 435-232-1837. Dan Hubbard along with John Slaughter back here at Preston High School as tonight the Pocatello Thunder knock off the Indians by the final score of 41-21, all behind the legs of one Reichern Echohawk.
Yeah, and rightly so for them. I mean, they must have watched a lot of film because he had hole after hole after hole to run. You'll go over the stats here and give him the final numbers that we have. But, yeah, he's a terrific runner. You know, I think, is he a senior or junior?
Mr. Echohawk would be a junior.
A junior, see? So he has another year, but I understand colleges are already looking at him.
Yes, they are, as he received an offer earlier this week, his first full-time offer from Idaho State. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't take much for you to get noticed. If you can perform at this level, someone will find you.
Right. And especially as a junior or senior, you know, they'll have a big eye on him for next year. So
here's the big key of the game: was the Preston defense was unable to stop the running game. Echohawk and others combined for about 325 yards on the ground.
Okay, and I'm going to say this: last week, that was probably one of our biggest downfalls. Also, was their big plays. Century scored on big plays. Pocatello scored on big plays, running through the line, 30, 40-yard plays.
Yeah, Beckles had a couple of runs right up the middle for 40-plus yards for touchdowns.
Right.
Really, the one who really sealed the game late in the fourth quarter went 47 right over the center.
Right.
And nobody could bring him down.
Right. They're tough to bring down. They're good runners, good backs. I mean, Winder does a great job, and he works really hard, but he doesn't have the strength that those two backs have.
Second week in a row, good passing numbers for Owen Judd. We had him unofficially on our score sheet up here with 262 yards passing this week, 292 last week. So a couple of good weeks back to back.
Yeah, Judd's doing his job. He's doing the best he can. We had a couple of passes that could have been caught maybe, but they're, again, they weren't precise passes either. The ones we dropped were either overthrown or through the hands, but just the receiver wasn't in the right position to get the ball.
Yeah. 41-21 the final on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. We'll come back and look at some stat numbers from tonight's game as we continue on the postgame show right after this. If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, welcome back here to the postgame show. Time to look at the numbers from tonight's game, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. As on the stat sheet tonight for the, let's start here first for the Preston Indians, Owen Judd. 18 of 25 on my sheet for 262 yards. So not a bad night passing. Carrying the ball, Judd carried it 5 times for 21. Carson Winder, 10 carries overall for only 21 yards tonight for Carson. Not a good night carrying the ball, as we talked about before, though. It was like the whole linebacker core was just spying on him. Every time he got the ball, they collapsed on him.
Well, if you figure how many times he's run it in the last few games, people see films. They're saying he's their guy. Yep. Key on him. Let's key on him.
Larson had 2 catches for 90 yards tonight. Winder also caught the ball a total of 8 times for another 90 yards tonight, as well as Owen Pearson in his first game back with the football team had 3 catches for 36 yards. For the Pocatello Thunder, Rice goes 8 of 10 for 116 yards passing, but it wasn't his arm that they were relying on. They relied on the legs, especially of Riker Echohawk, as we had him for a total of 15 carries for 191 yards. Also, Tyson Beckles with a couple of long runs that he had. He carried the ball 6 times for 92 unofficially. Rice carried the ball a total of 3 times for 14 yards. And the big guy, after the first quarter, didn't carry the ball much. Devin Rodriguez only ended up carrying the ball, 1 time, actually. The first time early on in the first quarter when he ran for 36 yards.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't play. He might have twisted an ankle. Something might have happened to him because we didn't see him after that.
Exactly. As far as receptions for Pocatello, Hales had 4 catches for 27. Smith 1 for 10, and the other Smith, which is Parker Smith, had 2 catches for a total of 42 yards. So Good numbers again put up against the Indian defense.
Yep. And that's what I say. That's what we needed was the defense to strengthen and step up a little bit, and they were the regular defense tonight, I think.
Yep. Look at the stats brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to chance. Call the Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today, or stop by their office, 33 South 1st East in Preston, or give them a call at 208-852-2364. That's 208-852-2364. We'll come back and wrap up tonight's broadcast right after this. Since 2005, North Star's Ultimate Outdoors has been Cache Valley's source for fun and adventure. It's here you can find the biggest selection of snowmobiles, ATVs, utility vehicles, and handheld power equipment from the brand names you know, such as Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. The professionally trained staff at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors of Preston has what it takes to get you out on the nation's leading brands. The best deals in the best town. North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts. 777 North State Street, Preston. If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, before we say goodnight tonight, John, let's get some final thoughts from you.
Well, the Indians are, they're pretty much out of any contention for playoffs. They have one game left against Snake River, and that's a game where we're going to have to be called Pride Week. They're going to have to play for pride, to improve on the season. There's not much we can say about this game. It's in the books. We didn't quite show up where we wanted to, and let it go at that.
Yep. Unfortunately, the Indians end up losing by 20 tonight to the Pocatello Thunder, who now even Century with 1 win apiece in district play, and sets up a very interesting contest next Friday night between those two.
And it'll be an interesting game. I was sitting here thinking about this game tonight. Did we play good enough to make Pocatello look a little weaker than Century, or did we just not play well enough last week to make Century look really good? So it'll be interesting to see how that game compares.
Yeah, I just think that their running game is superior to either defensive unit for us or for Century. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a bit of a track meet again next week between the Diamondbacks and the Thunder.
Yeah, it'll probably be a fast game. They'll probably keep it on the ground most of the time. So it'll be interesting.
Well, once again, we thank you for your work tonight, and we'll see you again next week.
We'll be here.
That's John Slaughter. That'll wrap up our broadcast for tonight. Next game coming up for the Indians, as John mentioned, is next Friday night. It's senior night. The Snake River Panthers will be here. We'll have it for you here on My Local Radio and on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH, starting with the pregame show at 6:30, and the kickoff is at 7. Our next broadcast comes up on Tuesday evening as the ladies volleyball team will take on the Pocatello Thunder volleyball team in the opening round of district tournament play. That will be from Century High School Tuesday evening, starting with the pregame show that night at 4:30, and that match will get started at 5 o'clock coming up on Tuesday afternoon. That'll wrap up our broadcast here for tonight, as the executive producer of KACH Radio Sports is Val Cook. The studio coordinator tonight is John Beverly. For John Slaughter, I'm Dan Hubbard saying thanks for watching and listening, and enjoy your weekend. As we remind you of the final score as Pocatello knocks off Preston 41-21. Until next time from here at Preston, have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians Postgame Show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.